Bonsai, I am the Cobra Kai kid, and today we are going to be writing season 6. This is part 2 of the Let's Cobra Kai. Let's Cobra Kai. Let's write Cobra Kai season 6 series, and I am joined, as always, by the one and only Mr. Ken Cole.
Drew, it's great to see you. It's great to be here. It's exciting.
It's great to see you too, Ken. How is life? How is everything going? How are you?
It's everything's going great. I think creatively been very productive. I've been very jazzed about these writing sessions. Weird thing happened though, like this past week at our writers room office, corporate headquarters. They moved me. They came in and they said, "Hey Ken, we need you to move offices, and we got a great upgrade for you." But they moved me to the basement.
I noticed you were in a different location. Yeah. So you're in the office basement.
Basement. Yeah.
Oh, so
I don't know why, but
okay. Well,
I don't know. Have you heard anything? Like, I don't, it's okay. I mean, it's cool down here, and the walls are kind of like an inspiring dull color, but I don't know. Have you heard anything?
No. No. What makes you think I heard anything about you moving to the basement? It's not like I turned your new office into a man cave and now me, John, Josh, and Hayden are just chilling there playing the Cobra Kai video game every day.
Oh, no way.
No.
I didn't know that.
No. That's not what's happening.
Oh, that's not what's happening.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad. I don't want to be missing out on that video game. That's for sure. Wow. No, it's cool. That's cool. Whatever the reason, it's fine. It's again, it's kind of like being in solitary confinement down here. It makes me think, leaves me alone with my thoughts. And in some ways I can be a lot more creative in this basement office. I didn't even know it existed. Mac, the janitor's next door, and we talk a lot. So
yeah, he's a good guy. I mean, sure, you have no air conditioning. Sure, it's very plain, but you got that nice plant behind you, so that's pretty nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's fake, so it doesn't need to be watered. It's green forever, so it's great.
Yeah, well, you'll do great down there, Ken. I'll come visit you every now and then.
Oh, thanks, Drew. Thank you very much. I appreciate any company.
Of course. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. We are so excited for this, right, Ken? Like, this is this is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. We get going. I think what happened last time, we just started talking and batting around ideas with all of you, and it lasted 2.5 hours. We just kept talking and analyzing and doing all this foundational work for writing. Oh, it's great.
Yes. It was a lot of fun. We came up with a lot of ideas. Once again, this is part 2 of a multi-part series. If you have not yet watched part 1, go back, watch part 1. Well, you can watch this one now, then go back after. So, and there's going to be more to come. So we're so excited. But before we get into it, Ken, something pretty crazy happened yesterday, right?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should I pull it up?
Yes. Let's pull it up.
All right, guys, you are not going to believe this. So yesterday, me and Ken were just chilling out, going about life, talking Cobra Kai, doing all the regular stuff. And look who posts about us. And this specific live stream on Instagram, the one, the only Alicia Hannah Kim, who plays Kim Da-eun on Cobra Kai. And do you see that, Ken? Do you see that?
I do. It almost looks like, is this kind of a request? It's like she's saying, yes, please, more scenes with Billy.
She wants us to write the season.
Yes.
She trusts us to write the season.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, that's huge. It's amazing.
It's an honor.
It's an honor. I think she's totally correct. But yeah, it's incredible. I'm totally blown away. And I don't know what to do, Drew. Like, this is a request from Alicia Hannah Kim herself. And I don't know. I can't help but want this to happen for her.
You know what? I think that we have to honor her requests. And I think somewhere in our script, once we get further along the process, we're gonna have to write a scene with her and Billy. We're gonna have to do
Yes.
it.
Yes.
That's what she
Yes.
wants. We got to give it to her.
I think you're right. I think we have to make sure it makes sense. Of course, everything has to be in service of the story, but
Of course.
I think we're expert enough writers that we can make this happen. Don't you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So, we had like that. I would say they're the only like real interaction between them. I mean, they've been in the room a couple times together, but like their only like real interaction was in season 5, episode 6. And it was so brief. It was literally like they had like that one dialogue where Kim's like, and I see Daniel LaRusso has healed from his injuries. And did you like the impression?
Right. There you go.
and then I've never done her before. I've never done her voice before. I feel like it's kind of what would you rate it out of 10? The Kim Daeun.
Oh, impression?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, an 11, man.
Ah,
Yes. Yes.
thank
It's
you.
great. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, but that's like the energy of that scene, you know? Very cool. But you're right. It was this like kind of brief confrontational scene, where
Not
in a
Daniel
lot of ways,
LaRusso. I look nothing like him.
right, right, exactly. Just like mistaken identity and I don't know what. So what do you think? I know we're going to be like getting into all this stuff. We've been doing this character analysis stuff. But what do you think could happen between Kim Daeun and Johnny Lawrence? Is it going to be a fighting thing? Could you see love sparking?
Oh.
Probably not. But I mean, on her end though, could she be attracted to Johnny? Could she try to take Carmen away from Johnny?
Maybe she has a thing for Coors Banquet and beef jerky lovers. Like,
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? I actually, it's something I never really thought about until like I made this thumbnail and until Alicia posted about it. I never really realized how much from that one little interaction, I think they had like a cool little dynamic there. There was something kind of cool about that, like, because I think what makes it so interesting is the two of them are polar opposites. Kim is very serious. She's very set on her ideals. Johnny's just loose, go with the flow, kind of relaxed, laid back, like funny kind of guy, which is not Kim. And I feel like having those two like opposites kind of mesh together is interesting to see. So I would like to see more scenes with just the two of them in season 6. I think we should make it happen.
All right, let's make it happen. We can do it. We're writers, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So Robbie Keane. Oh, thanks for coming on, Robbie. We appreciate
Hey, Robbie.
it.
Nice.
How are you and Tori doing? How's life going? Get ready for the Sekai Taikai, man. So he says it's awesome that Alicia Hannah Kim commented, and I share her wish for more Kim Daeun and Johnny Lawrence scenes. Yeah, it's really awesome that she posted this. Really awesome.
Yes. Very cool.
So
cool.
If you are watching, Alicia, thank you. We love you, and it means a lot. And
Yes.
we will try and honor your character. That's what we try and do here is honor the characters. And we even did Kim. Oh, let me share my screen right here. Let's I think we should just get right into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. So here we actually put we did Kim Daeun's her character traits. So Ken, do you want to just go over just a little recap for the fans who may have not watched part 1? What did we do last time? Like, what is this? What is this? Right. I mean, for someone who's just coming in, it might look like gibberish. But it's not. It's all planned out. So what did we do here last time? Starting with this, if you want to explain it to everyone.
Well, sure. Well, obviously, Drew and I are in the writer's room with all of you. So what we want to do together is try to figure out what are the story needs of the Cobra Kai series. Like what storylines are hanging, need to be resolved in season 6. Just so we have a list of them as we're moving through this writing process, we're going to need to address each one of these. So we made a list of all of these story points that need some kind of resolution in season 6, or we have to address it somehow. So that's what this section is. We have the Sekai Taikai World Tournament, Kreese escaping from prison, Johnny and Carmen's baby. So you can read through this list and see, oh yeah, I need to know, we need to figure out the resolution to this. So that's what this first section is. And I think we hit all the big ones there. And then after that, in order for all of us to be on the same page, we're kind of going by character, definitely all the main characters and some of the side characters. What do these characters want now? So at the end of season 5, when we last saw them, what do they want? So kind of in the moment, but also where they are in life at this point, because this is what's going to motivate these characters. And then also, are there obstacles right now that they're dealing with in the series? Because ideally, we want all the characters to want something and also have like some sort of obstacle to that, something they have to overcome. And so we're basically listing all the potential obstacles these characters have that exist in the series. And they might run into these particular obstacles, or we might create new obstacles, or new obstacles might pop up in season 6 as we write the story. But we're doing this so that all of us are on the same page, going forward. We're all, looking at the same characters in the same way. And so if we have ideas of story, we can check it with this and say, does this make sense for the character? What do you think, Drew? Does that make sense?
I couldn't have said it any better myself. I think that was a perfect rundown of what we did last time. And yes, as Ken mentioned, we are going to be continuing with that today because we have Johnny Lawrence, Daniel Russo, Chosen Taguchi, Kim Da-eun, Carmen Diaz, Hector. So, I mean, we still got some more characters to cover, right, Ken?
Oh my gosh, this is Cobra Kai, guys. There's so many amazing characters in Cobra Kai. So yeah, we have to keep going, and this is a lot of fun. I know a lot of people sometimes want to race ahead and say like, let's just write the story, but this is really important, especially in a series like this that's very character based. We don't want to get ahead of the characters. The story hopefully should come from the choices of the characters. So it's very important that we go through this.
That is a very good point that you brought up. And I think that's something that is very important to note, that when you figure out the wants and the obstacles of these characters, it helps to transform the story. And sure, you can implement like different situations. Like, for example, like in season 5, when they like wrote a lot of the character motivations and wants and obstacles, I mean, in none of that, you had a water park. But that
Right.
that is a story. That is something where they said, okay, we could add a water park location, an episode where our characters come to the water park. And what does this water park do? It brings more tension and rivalry between Miguel and Robbie. It causes the breakup of TORY and Robbie. It causes it's the beginning of the Kenny and Hawk rivalry, which was set up then for the episode 8 Sekai Taikai entry. So like different character objectives and stories that we want to convey, then we can like come up with our own things and have some fun with it.
Yes, 100%. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think we should just jump right into it. We have, as we mentioned, Johnny, Daniel, Chosen, Kim Da-eun, Carmen. We're literally just getting. There's no particular order. We're just gonna do whatever we want to do, pretty much. Whoever we want to talk about, whatever leads into the next one. So we're pretty much at a blank slate right now. So maybe Ken, do you wanna ask the chat who they want to start the next character discussion with?
Yeah. Hey, everyone in the chat, you're part of the writer's room. So who should we talk about next? Who's another great character in Cobra Kai that we should analyze next? And basically any character that's, has at least a few lines, has some impact in the series. There's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've got one request from Aaron, Arian, Robbie Keene says,
Oh, Aryan
Robbie.
Sharma. What's up, Aryan? Ooh, Robbie Keene. Oh yeah. I mean, we have so many characters. Okay, so Ken, you want to start with is this our first kid? Yeah, this is our first kid.
Yeah. So yeah, we did the older generation last time. I guess we should do the younger generation now.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a big one or a couple big ones that we're gonna wait on, like Terry and Kreese. But you know,
Oh,
we're gonna get to that's gonna be the fun
yeah.
one. We're gonna get
That's
to
gonna be
it.
fun.
We'll get
Yes.
to Carrie Underwood.
See, that's funny because in a show like this, she could come back and have a major role in season 6, just completely unexpected.
Maybe she comes. Maybe she sings at the wedding.
Maybe that's so funny.
Oh god, that's a good one. Okay, so I think Robbie Keene's a good one. So
Let's do it.
Robbie Keene, right?
Indeed.
Okay, Robbie Keene wants. Ken, I know they put you in the basement, but I need your help here. What does Robbie Keene want?
That's okay, Drew. I've spent the past 2 weeks down here in the basement just thinking about this.
Yes.
So here's the thing with Robbie Keene. We're kind of running into this with the end of season 5. It feels like in a lot of ways some of these characters got what they wanted. So for instance, Robbie and Tori, from a love angle, are kind of resolved. They're back together. And so I would think, number one, he would probably want to continue his relationship with Tori. He cares about her. And I think that's important to him.
Continue his relationship with Tori. I agree. I think especially season 5, I thought what they did a really good job of, especially in that finale episode, was like showing like the love and the care that they had for each other. And I think they're both at a point now where they can make each other better people, and being together, they're a good pairing. It's not about the karate drama anymore for them. It's about just the two of them being madly in love. So
That's right. That's right.
I like that.
Let's see. So what else does he want? What has he wanted? He's wanted in the past, I think, to have a better relationship with his father, Johnny.
Mm.
It seems like he's got that now. And I don't know, what would you say? He used to have a conflict with Miguel. Do you think he would want? It seems like he would want to have a good relationship with Miguel now. And looking forward to kind of like this new family that they have together, right?
Yeah. I think definitely building an even stronger relationship with his dad and with Miguel, which I think season 5 did a good job of. But I think continuing that. So how do you wanna put that down? Do you wanna type this one out?
Sure.
I'll,
How
I'll,
about
I'll
he
forward the
wants to
reins to you.
have here, let me go back in here. Tori, I'll put he wants to finally have a happy family. Maybe.
Yeah. Wants to finally
Okay.
have a happy family.
And that's kind of, kind of in the background, but I think that would motivate him. He cares about his family. What do you think about Kenny? What do you think about that whole
Ooh.
situation with Kenny?
That's a good one. That's definitely another want for Robbie. Is to help Kenny. That was his main motivation in season 4. Definitely didn't start out like that. He didn't know who this kid was, but then he found out he was Sean's brother. He saw a little bit of himself in Kenny and wanted to help Kenny. And season 5, I mean, Kenny was a little hesitant, but now that Kenny saw what Terry Silver was capable of, maybe there's a chance that Robbie can reconnect with him and help him. What do you
Right.
think?
Yeah, I love it. Let me put reconnect and help Kenny.
Yeah. Nice. Do you want to put maybe for this one, should I add just Miguel and Johnny? Just
Yes, and new sibling.
oh,
You know, he was happy about that.
yeah. Just so we have some characters there, right?
Sure. Oh, yeah, I guess we should put Carmen in too.
Should we put Carmen in there too?
I think so, because she's going to be the mom.
Okay. Hey, you want to do that?
Sure.
Uh, I mean, Yaya's gonna be like his grandma.
Yes.
So if you want to put Yaya in there too, might as well.
Absolutely.
Why not?
There we go.
Okay. Um. Okay. So continue his relationship with Tori. He wants to finally have a happy family, reconnect with and help Kenny. I think another one is he wants to take down Cobra Kai.
So, okay, so here's a good point.
Mhm.
Like at the end of season 5, do you think he feels like they've accomplished that? Or do you feel like
Oh,
there's more? He would want to make sure Cobra Kai wouldn't come back, right?
yes. So
Okay.
that's a better way of saying it, because yeah, we're looking at the character wants at the end of season 5. So at this point, Cobra Kai is seemingly taken down. Like that's what Robbie says. Like we finally did it. We took down Silver. So yeah, I guess now just to make sure that that Cobra Kai doesn't come back, as he said.
Nice.
Perfect.
Now, what about Drew, his martial arts? Does he want anything for himself? Do you feel like at this point, does he want to win anything? Does he have anything to prove from his martial arts background? Or do you feel like now he could kind of walk away from that?
That's a great question. You know, this one we're gonna kind of have to use our own judgment, because in season 5, like we didn't really have a scene of Robbie, like, kind of like, talking about, because we have this Sekai Taikai, this world tournament coming up. It's not like Robbie like had this scene where he's like the one thing like I need to do is win this. Like, we saw Sam is a different story, and we'll get to Sam, but you see Sam like training at night with Chosen and Daniel, preparing for the Sekai Taikai. So we could definitely say for Sam, her want is to win the Sekai Taikai and, improve her karate skills, make her dad proud. We'll get to that. But with Robbie, there wasn't really like anything like showing like, I mean, I'm sure he wants to get better at karate, but there wasn't anything that I saw that was like, I'm pissed about losing 2 times and I need to win one more world tournament. We haven't seen that yet.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't seem to have a chip on his shoulder about it.
Yes. Exactly. Which, I mean, that would be an interesting plot line to see. So,
right. So maybe we don't have a want at the end of season 5 as far as that goes. Maybe he'll get a want. Maybe there'll be some motivation as we write. Maybe something new will happen where he'll want something like that. But yeah, maybe right now he's kind of satisfied.
I think he is. I think with all all the characters at the end of season 5, like the goal is just to take down Silver, and they're not really thinking about themselves and their own accomplishments. So right now it's just about real world scenarios.
Right.
But I'm trying to think if there's any other Robbie wants at the end of season 5. I do want more. I wish we saw the reconciliation between Sam and Robbie. I feel like that
Mm.
kind of just got glossed over, and um
Mm.
we're not gonna. I don't think there's anything he wants from Sam, but I mean, I would say wants closure, but it seems like he already got that. They seem pretty good in season 5, so it doesn't really seem to need closure from that relationship and her cheating on him, pretty much. You know?
Right. Right. Yeah, it does. It does feel like they're kind of past that. Like everything's okay.
Yeah, definitely. So, anything else, or
I don't know. That might be most of Robbie's wants at this point. So
and you
yeah,
can
I don't know.
yeah, and you can say we'll get to Miguel, but Miguel probably has similar.
Probably. Yeah, they might be kind of on the same page. That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Oh yeah, when characters have the same wants, it brings them together.
Yes. Yes, indeed. It does. They're going to be like I'm sorry, but like think about it. Miguel and Robbie as a force, as a team. Holy crap. I mean, that that's a pretty intense team. Like I don't necessarily want to go against Miguel and Robbie together.
No,
No. No.
no. That'll be fun. We got to write that script, the Miguel and Robbie fight.
Yeah.
There's so
That's
much
fun.
to do. It's too much to do.
Indeed. Well, Drew, what about obstacles? Like what
Mm.
would get in the way of him having all this stuff? So is there anything that would get in the way of his relationship with TORY at this point?
Sam.
Ooh, okay.
I think definitely. I think definitely. I'm trying to think about how to word this, but like, even like, you know, to give you an example, at the end of season 5 episode 8, and then like in the beginning of season 5 episode 9, when TORY came to tell Sam the truth about everything,
Mhm.
you know, just like that, like Sam coming in and fighting TORY, and like that almost like divided. It could have divided Miguel and Robbie again. So like maybe maybe Sam and Miguel, or just Sam. What do you think? You get what I'm saying with this? If you could help me
Yeah,
elaborate.
like there might be unresolved. How about obstacles? We'll put unresolved. Hang on, take the bold out of that. Unresolved issues with Sam. I could put possible unresolved issues because we don't know. It's kind of ambiguous. Like as you said, like is it resolved? Is everyone happy? They're paired up with someone, or are there potentially unresolved issues with Sam there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. I would agree. And so that's so now what about any obstacles with wanting to have a happy family?
Um, of course, we talked about this last time, but potentially Hector.
Mm.
If Hector shows up and he messes everything up, that could really mess up Robbie's family and the people he cares about. Um, if Hector were to show up, I'm sure that Robbie would be 100% against Hector and whatever he's doing.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we've came up with. So it's not
Right.
something that we know is going to happen for sure, but we could put it down and then see where the story takes us. And
Right.
yeah, so we could say Hector could possibly.
He's not for sure. He's out there in the world. He might be
Mhm.
happy. Hector might live his life and we may never see Hector. But if Hector comes across Robbie in terms of like Miguel and Carmen and his new sibling, I think it could only be bad news because I don't think Hector would show up and say, "Hey, congratulations, everyone. I just wanted to
Yeah,
come and wish you the best. Can I come to your wedding?" So yeah, he's kind of a bad dude. He's out there. He could be a threat.
100%. 100%.
What
Um,
else do you think?
Well, let's see. What would be an obstacle for reconnecting with and helping Kenny?
Mm.
I mean, I don't. Maybe,
Because
but that
Kenny kind of gave up. He kind of gave up on Cobra. Everyone sort of gave up on Cobra Kai at the end. You know, throwing T-shirts. A sad scene. Throwing T-shirts in Terry Silver's face. You know, from my perspective, of course, as a Terry
mm,
fan. But
mhm.
you know, it seemed like Terry and Cobra Kai was pretty much humiliated, and it'd be easier maybe to reconnect with Kenny at this point, right?
Mm.
Or what do you think?
I think so. I think Kenny just needed some time, honestly, and I think he'll see that Robbie was just trying to help him. So I think the relationship will be healed. Just giving maybe like one sit down conversation with the two of them. Robbie can explain to Kenny everything, and I think Kenny will be good. I feel like Kenny was Kenny was a little like hot headed like the whole season.
Right.
He was not gonna even listen to Robbie or Miguel or anybody. But I think now that everything's happened, he just said, just like give me some time. And I think at the end, I think in season 6, like he'll have kind of cooled down, reflected, and realized like it's been kind of a jerk. Hopefully.
Right. So maybe the obstacle would be like Kenny's attitude, maybe like or immaturity, Kenny's immaturity, or something like that.
That's a good one. Kenny is younger. Yeah. I also want to say we have 115 people in here right now. So thank you everyone for joining. This is awesome. Uh it
Yeah,
is
guys.
I always find it so amazing that like, with a show like Cobra Kai, it's like, right now there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no season, there's nothing right now. But we have this dedicated fan base and this group of people who are committed 24/7, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. You guys are the best. So thank you guys for joining. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's awesome, guys. Thank you.
I like that one. Kenny's immaturity could definitely be could be something that, because yeah, that's something he's gonna wanna help Kenny. He's wanted to do that the whole time.
Right.
Um,
So here's I'm going to throw this out here. So what
yes.
about Kreese now being on the loose? Could Kreese be an obstacle for Robbie? Would Kreese reinsert himself into Robbie's life, or either directly or through TORY?
Oh, that's a good point because Tori and Kreese do have a stronger relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Robbie ever really had any problems with Kreese. It was mainly Terry, right?
Right. Yeah, it was mainly Terry. Of course, Robbie and Kreese, they have a little bit of a history. But yeah, I think more recently it's Terry. But I'm wondering if Kreese comes back into the picture, could he start to try to manipulate Robbie somehow? I guess it's
Well,
kind of subtle.
now what would his purpose be in doing that? Maybe reconnecting with Johnny?
Well, I think that if Cobra Kai has already been accepted into the Sakai Taikai, right? And if Kreese is on good terms with Kim Daun, even though he hasn't reconnected with her yet, it's possible that Kreese would want to take control of Cobra Kai again. Maybe he would want to slide in and claim victory as a sensei at the world tournament, and he might want to recruit the top talent. So with Terry Silver out of the picture, Kreese may come back and try to lure back TORY and Robbie, maybe with the promise that, hey, Terry's out of the picture right now. Come on, that's not the Cobra Kai that I ran, and you need to be champions. I don't know if he would try that, but I'm sure he would want to be in charge of Cobra Kai, being a world-winning dojo, and he would want some of the best fighters, and he might try to go for Robbie and Tori. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that it is a possibility. I think definitely the obstacles for Robbie could be Kreese, Kim Dae-un, and Terry. I mean, I don't know if we just want to put that as Cobra Kai. What did we put for the others? Did we put Cobra Kai as an obstacle? Oh, we put like Terry Silver, Kim Dae-un. So I think maybe I feel like the three of them could be obstacles.
Yep.
Even Kim Dae-un, who, if Kim Dae-un opens Cobra Kai, that's an obstacle to Robbie.
Right. And then I guess, should we just put like Cobra Kai?
Yeah. 100%. And if any of you guys in the chat have a want or an obstacle for Robbie, comment it below. We'll look and see if you guys have anything. And then
thanks for the comments, guys. That's awesome.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. See, and that's, I mean, it's amazing.
I'm afraid to pull these up.
I know. It's like everyone, so many people in here with like these amazing ideas, and you can see, Drew, just how you could go in any direction, and then, so it's really great that we're doing this. So at least we're all on the same page, because I mean, gosh, I saw, Kreese and Kim Dae-un having a love affair, all that kind of stuff, like all these like crazy fun ideas that you could do. I mean, you could write it.
Oh, I see a good one. I see someone mentioning college. Does Robbie want to get back in school?
Oh, okay.
I feel like he would.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd want to go back to school. I mean, you saw in season 2 how he wanted to.
Yep.
I would say that's a want.
Yeah. I like that. So like basically he'd want to get his life back on track. So
yep. Yeah. And graduate, yeah. I think so, right? In season 2, he wanted he was very enthusiastic about going back to school and like being it is funny when you think about it, how like the dude drops out of school like for like years, and he has his book bag, he has like he's like ready, he's like, yeah, like I'm ready for class, and then like literally like 2 seconds later, like kicks someone off a balcony, gets expelled, like goes to jail. Like, I mean, like if you guys have had bad first days of school, I'm not discrediting you, but I think Robbie's had it worse. I don't think you get any worse than Robbie's first day of school. Pretty funny.
Right. Well, and and that brings up a point. How about as far as like obstacles? What about his background, his criminal record, like all that stuff? Could that be an obstacle to him getting what he wants? Or do you think that's 100%? Okay.
That, well, 100% that could be a possible obstacle.
Right.
We have to anything that could possibly happen, we gotta be aware of. So 100%. I mean, the dude, even though we haven't seen anything, well, actually, you know what? Season 5, episode 10, he talks about breaking into the Cobra Kai dojo.
Yes. They've been committing crimes.
They've been committing crimes.
We have to be honest about that. I mean, in the eyes of the law, they were trespassing and trying to steal things from Cobra Kai dojo, even though they thought they were right.
100%. That could definitely, I mean, and he feels guilty about kicking Miguel off the balcony. Like that might come back to like haunt him. Like, like other people might use that against him.
Right.
His guilt for that.
Yep.
So his criminal background, 100%.
Yeah, very good.
I think we got a good Robbie list right here.
I do too. That really paints a nice picture, I think.
It does. It does. And once again, this is very it's general right now to what we already know. But once we actually get writing the actual season 6, we're gonna come up with we have to start getting more creative and looking beyond what we know, and we have
Right.
to create the future. And we're gonna create more of, like, as we mentioned, we could add, and I think that will be something to add, Robbie's desire to be the champion of the Sekai Taikai and redeem himself for having lost 2 tournaments. However, that is not something that he wants right now, so we can't do that.
Right. Right. Something might happen that might trigger that,
Mm.
you know, and we'll come up with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I like
That's
it.
right. That's why
I
we're
like
here.
it. I like it. And I just want to say to Dimmy, who says, Drew, I'm your biggest fan. Please give me a shout out. I've been watching since day one. Dimmy, I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. That means a lot. So thank you.
That's great.
Hey, Drew, get your creative juices flowing. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to get the creative juices flowing. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it, Ken.
Gonna use it? Yes.
I'm going to use that. Okay. So I think we got Robbie.
We got Robbie.
I think we should stay with the kids since we're kind of on this same track. Now, we did mention that Miguel is pretty similar. So do you want to go to Miguel?
Let's do Miguel.
Let's do Miguel. Let's do Miguel. This is a fun one. Miguel is my favorite character in the whole show, so I'm excited to discuss Mr. Diaz. What are his wants? Ready? Ken, chat, go. Ideas.
Okay, so Miguel at this point definitely wants to be with Sam in a committed way. They love each other, Drew. They love each other.
Oh my God, Ken, that's a strong word.
It is.
They did say it. They did say
They
it.
said it.
Yeah.
Like that's beyond Robbie and Tori at this point.
Look what I'm gonna do here. Boom. Yeah, you know what? I honestly, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then let's see if there's anything else here.
And you know, I might up that. He necessarily doesn't just want to continue. Like I think he wants to like kind of commit to Sam in a certain way. You know, and obviously, you know, not necessarily get engaged or something like that, but like this is deeper. This is deeper, I think, at this point.
Yeah, they've broken up like twice already, gotten back together like 1,000 times. So I agree that I want to see like excuse my French, like let's stop with the bullshit. Like let's just let's put them together, stay together. Sam, stop cheating. Miguel, stop cheating and kissing other girls at parties. Let's just be together and be happy.
Yes, indeed. What else, Drew? What else does he want, Miguel?
Well, I think let's look at similar to Robbie. I think we could put that right up there. He wants that. He wants to have a happy family with not Miguel, but oh, you got that? I'll let you do that.
Got it.
Because I mean, Miguel has never had a father figure in his life before Johnny. So it was just Rosa and Carmen, and a lot of times, and we saw this in season 1, he never really felt like he was understood. He never felt like he was shown the respect. But now with Johnny, like Johnny treats him like a man, treats him with respect, treats him equal. And also now he has a new sibling in Robbie and a new baby boy or girl coming on the way. So I think, you know, having that like a full family, I think that's something that Miguel would really, really appreciate.
Yes. 100%. Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't want to reconnect with Kenny, so I'm gonna take that out.
Yep. He doesn't want to do that.
That's Robbie. Make sure Cobra Kai doesn't come back. What do you think about that one? Do you think that's what
I think
Miguel
so.
wants?
I think he'd be totally on board with that.
Oh, oh my. Okay,
What? Oh, you got something.
I
I can
got
tell.
something. I got something based off of this, and I mean, one of my favorite scenes was in season 4, episode 3, when they were all at the dinner table. It was the Diazes, the Lawrences, the LaRussos, and they were talking about life and where like they wanted to go to college. And Miguel, where did Miguel say he wanted to go again?
Um, was it Stanford?
It
No,
was
it was
Stanford.
like or something like that. He wanted to go someplace. He thought he had to go someplace prestigious.
I
You
think
know,
it was Stanford. Everyone in the chat, if you could help out.
yeah, I see Stanford in the
Stanford.
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he wants to go to Stanford. So I think we could put wants to go to go to Stanford
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't want to wants to he said he doesn't want to be like home anymore. He doesn't want to go to like a community college. That's all they could afford, you
Right.
know. But he obviously has dreams beyond that. And I think it would be I feel like it would be a little I think because they set that up in season 4, I think we need a conclusion on that. I wouldn't like it if the series ended and we had no idea where these characters were going to go in the
Sure.
future. I wouldn't like it if it was just okay, we won the world tournament, the end, Johnny Carmen get married. Like I want to know like what's Miguel going to do with the rest or not the rest of his life, but what's the next stage? He taught like he's graduating. Does he want to go to college? Where does Sam want to go? But especially Miguel mentioning um Stanford, that would be big.
Yeah, that would be huge. Also, though, at the same time, do you think he had his conversation with Mr. LaRusso, who he was surprised to learn didn't go to college himself? And that seemed to open his eyes a bit like, wow, you can be successful without going to college. Um, I don't know if that kind of changed his want, but I agree with you. It seems like this is something deep inside that he wants to set his sights high. He wants to go to Stanford. He wants to, change his life. He wants to accomplish certain things. So I think you're right. Like that would be, I think, a great end result for the character would be to realize his dream.
That's a great point about the conversation with Daniel and if that changed his perspective. I think it definitely showed him that there is nothing wrong with going to community college or not going to college at all, and that you could be successful in other ways. However, I don't think that one conversation was, yeah, you're right. I don't want to go to Stanford. Like he
Right.
wants to go to Stanford, even if it's
Right.
something that he can't accomplish. It's something that he said he wanted and that he's probably thought long about. We know he's very smart. Um,
Hmm.
and I think, I don't think Miguel wants to be a car salesman. I don't think he wants to be a karate sensei. Like I think he wants to do something with education
Mm.
that requires an education, and I think it would be nice for him to get his dream, but we'll see.
Go to Stanford with Sam.
Oh
Maybe
God. Oh
they both
God.
get accepted to Stanford.
Oh, this is this
No,
is this is another show where
yeah,
where it's
the
like
college years. Yeah.
the college years. It's like Sam, I got into Stanford. It's like Miguel, I got into NYU. What are we gonna do?
Oh man, you're right. Hey,
Where's Stanford?
it's up it's in California, around San
Oh, it is.
Francisco area.
Oh, it is in California.
Hmm.
How far is it from Reseda?
Probably like 5-6 hour drive.
Stanford College. Stanford College. Where did you say it was? In
Up around near the San Francisco area.
San Francisco, Reseda. Why am I not finding it? I'll just San Francisco to Reseda. Yeah, it's okay. About 5.5 hours. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So still in the California's big, so it's still in the state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a
Yeah.
car. It's a car drive. It's not a plane ride.
Yep. Yeah, it's there's some distance, right? So people wouldn't necessarily be like just showing up and going, "Hey, Miguel," it would definitely be like a trip for him to go there and people to visit, that kind of thing.
Definitely, I like it. I like it. Anything
Nice.
else? Anything else for wants for Miguel specifically?
Okay, so we've got his personal background, his family. He wants to have a happy family and Sam. Make sure Cobra Kai doesn't come back, go to Stanford. Does he want anything specific from Johnny anymore beyond the fact that Johnny is probably going to be like his stepfather? Does he want anything from a martial arts perspective? Yes. Okay, you got an idea.
I'm just gonna type it.
Nice. Yep.
I'll tell you why. Season 4, episode 8. I love you. I
Yep.
love you too, Robbie. He never got the I love you. He wants the when you say I love you to someone,
Yes. Yeah.
you want them to say it back. You don't want to, like, if I said I love you, Ken, and you said I love you too, Harold, I'd be like, what the heck, Ken? What the heck?
Right.
Why Harold? What about me? You want them to say it back.
I do have to, I don't know if you saw this Cobra Kai Wisdom. He does these like great memes. Did you see that? What he did? He took the scene at the end of season 5 where Miguel and Sam are together, and Miguel goes to Sam, "I love you, Sam," and then Sam says, "I love you too, Robbie." She's like, "Too soon."
I absolutely, I thought that was hilarious. I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
that up. I'm gonna pull that up because that was absolutely beautiful. He's very good with those. Wait, let me pull that up for everyone who doesn't know. Shout out to Mike from Cobra Kai Wisdom. Look at this one. Miguel says I love you, and then Sam says I love you too, Robbie. That's a good one.
That's great. That is
Oh
great.
my god. Yeah. So yeah, I think would you agree that that's something that it's like an underlying thing that Miguel wants is Johnny to say, I love you, Miguel.
Right.
Miguel.
Right. I love you. I love you and I'm proud of you. Yeah, he wants, I think he'd want Johnny sober to say very directly, I love you, Miguel. And I think that would make his world.
Have Carmen and Johnny said I love you on screen? I don't remember.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think they have.
I don't think they've said, I think it's been obviously implied. Yeah, I don't know if they've said it directly.
Which is really weird if they haven't.
Right.
That's really weird if they haven't. Like you're telling me like you're having a baby together. You haven't said it like that. Like I wouldn't. I hope that it's been something they've been saying and they just haven't showed it. I would absolutely cringe if there was an I love you scene between them. Like they're saying it for the first time. I'd be like, what is this? What is this? This is like weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's weird though, but it's like Johnny, his character, I could see him not saying that, at least not sober. Like he'd be, he's kind of like this man's man tough guy that probably wouldn't casually say that. Like it would probably be a big thing for him to actually come out and say like, I love you,
Really? So you don't think he said it?
I don't know. It's like, at least the Johnny that we see on screen, like I think it's a very special thing when he says, I love you. But you're right. At this point, like after everything he's done, I mean, he must have said that, obviously. Like he's shown his love, like
he's shown
beyond,
it.
So,
he's shown it. He's shown it. So I don't know.
Maybe they're saving that for like an on-screen moment, maybe closer to like say a wedding or something like that, or maybe the birth of their child. Because I think in the series, if we see Johnny saying "I love you," that's a big deal for that character to actually come out and say that.
So do you think when we see it that it'll be the first time he says it?
I don't know. Like, I kind of agree with you. Like, I think he must have said it they must have said it to each other by now. If if we haven't seen it, they must have said it behind closed doors. But I think for the benefit of the audience, that'll be like a big thing. It'll show Johnny really having transitioned, I think, from where we saw him in season 1 to where he is in season 6, because that shows a lot of growth, I think.
Very big transition.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other wants for Johnny?
Let's see.
Miguel, my bad.
Oh yeah.
I forgot.
I think that's a lot. So does he now, is from a martial arts perspective, because that's a big part of Miguel's life, does he want anything else? Like, has he conquered his bullies? Has he achieved what he wants to achieve? At this point, at the end of season 5, does he feel like he needs to do anything else with his martial arts? Does he want anything from that?
I got it. Well, I mean, did we do Robbie before?
Yes. I think we said he wasn't at a point where he needed to prove anything or do anything with martial arts.
But you know what I'm going to put for Robbie, and it kind of ties. It's similar to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Fine balance. I'm going to put that with Miguel too,
yeah.
because they even say, on the balcony, they say like or Miguel says, I did karate to become badass and find balance, and Robbie says, yeah, I get it. So I think the two of them want to find balance. That's their whole purpose for doing karate. I mean, we could put to become badass, but I think he's honest. I think that's why he started. I don't think that's why he's still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more beyond becoming badass. It's more about like finding balance within himself and his life. But you know what I think I would put is prove he's still force. I feel like or however you want to word that, because of his injury, I feel like the injury made him feel like he always has someone to prove. Like, he even said in season 4, like, Johnny's like you proved you could win, and he's like, well, I need to prove it again. you know
Right.
Prove he's still a force, a champion. How do you want to word that?
I don't know. Yeah, because it's like prove he's still the same Miguel or something. Like prove prove he hasn't lost anything or something. Yeah, I like that. Prove he's still a force. I think that's a good way to put it.
So what do you think about these two? Find balance and prove he's still a force.
I like it. Yeah, I think that's something that he definitely wants to do, and those might be kind of in conflict with each other. Like, you putting that there, that might be a motivation to want to compete in the Sekai Taikai. Maybe even more so than with Robbie. You might have that where he would kind of have that desire to compete and win.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you think if everyone, including Robbie and Miguel and Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, if they truly believe that Cobra Kai is done, do you think that they would pull out of the Sekai Taikai? Or do you think they would still go and compete at the Sekai Taikai?
That's a good question.
Because that's kind of a big deal, because it almost means that everything they've been doing, if they're willing to pull out and leave well enough be, it almost means like everything they've been doing has been to be against Cobra Kai as opposed to being like for themselves. And which is kind of maybe against sort of like maybe what Miyagi would say. I don't know, but yeah, that I don't know. Or, you know, that might factor into motivations going forward. Anyway, sorry, I digress. I didn't mean to get off on that tangent.
No, I think you brought up a great point. It is hard for me to imagine like episode 1 of season 6, like they're training for the Sekai Taikai, and like you see all this training, but it's like we're just doing it for fun. We're just having a good time. Like what?
Right.
That's like that's great and all, but that doesn't make for good TV. You know?
Right.
We need some obstacles.
That's right. That's
right. Right.
Exactly. And the thing is, I kind of wanted to bring it up because all the people we're talking about, whether it be Robbie, Miguel, Daniel, Johnny, they might have different reasons for wanting to continue to be in it or not. So what happens if, say, Miguel and Johnny want to still compete in the Sekai Taikai, but Daniel LaRusso and Robbie, what if they kind of don't? What if there's that kind of split where some of them who think that Terry Silver is done for, Cobra Kai is vanquished, maybe Daniel says, we don't need to keep on competing. We don't need to do that. It's okay. It's time for us to live our lives. But then Johnny's like, no, man, like we got to do this. And so, that could be an obstacle at some point, like people having different perspectives on competing.
That is a really good point that you brought up, especially, and I look at the scene with Hawk and Robbie and Miguel in episode 8, when Hawk is looking at the YouTube video and he's like, dude, have you guys seen this video of the Sekai Taikai? Like, bro, like look at how good they're like, look at how high they jump. That was my Hawk impression.
That's great.
Out of 10?
12. That one's a 12.
Oh, okay. So better than the Kid Daun?
Better. Yes.
So it's like someone like Hawk, I feel like Hawk would like be like, dude, why are we dropping out of the Sekai Taikai? I want to be in the Sekai Taikai.
That's great.
All right, I hear how you're saying it, and I don't like it. I love it. He's my favorite.
That's awesome. That's so great.
But Hawk sounded enthusiastic about being in the Sekai Taikai. I'm sure if like Daniel was like, all right, guys, we're dropping out of the Sekai Taikai, Hawk would be like, what the heck? Why are we dropping out of the Sekai Taikai? Sorry. Can't help it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's the thing too. It's like you could see Daniel LaRusso like just deciding on his own, like, this, we don't need to do this anymore. It's time to move on, and like, yeah, Hawk and like these other characters being like, what? We've got this like world tournament. Like, why not compete? And like, you could see Daniel maybe taking a position on that's kind of against everyone, but he's sure he's right. But that causes kind of an obstacle because what if they train for the Sekai Taikai, but it's with like half the fighters that they normally would have? Ooh. And, until there's some sense of urgency, maybe other people enter the picture at a certain point. Cobra Kai's not out of the picture and they think they are. And then they have to like rush to somehow get ready for this thing because they've been a little bit disjointed. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. What were you?
No, that was it. That was kind of like, that could be an obstacle. It's just like people having different wants. That's kind of like why we're doing this, so we can figure out like, would certain characters be against the idea of competing in the Sekai Taikai?
I think we just created our first real storyline outside of using evidence from season 5.
Right, that's true.
I think that right there, like that will be something we get to later when we actually create our own plot lines. But that right there, I think, is a great plot line. like to have Daniel and other characters say, like, there's no reason to do it, and then Johnny's like, come on, man, we just we want to like we have the chance to show the world what we're about. And then yeah, there's that split up, and then once they find out that, oh crap, Cobra Kai is back, like then they gotta work together. So it's not like because in season 4, it was like frustrating seeing them split up again. It was like, oh,
Right.
come on, like just work out your problems. I feel like this split up would be different because it's not
Right.
like Daniel's saying, Johnny, you're just like your ways are wrong, and Johnny's like, oh no, Daniel, your ways are wrong. It's just two different ideas on. I mean, it's fundamental to the character traits, and even if they have evolved, it's still like Daniel always has followed Mr. Miyagi's, we shouldn't fight if we don't have to. And Johnny's
Right.
like, screw that crap. Like, I want to throw a flying elbow to the teeth, punch in the face, break someone's nose. Like, that's Johnny.
Right.
I'm probably
Yeah.
chosen too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Johnny, I mean, that's the crowning achievement of his life. He loved competing in the tournaments. And Mr. Miyagi was kind of, you're right, against fighting in the tournament unless there's like a really good reason, like a personal reason, like having to do with honor. And yeah. Well, see, what you said, Drew, absolutely correct. It's like this is something sort of beyond even what we're doing, because we're getting excited right now. But it's all based on doing this idea of what are the characters' wants, because stuff comes out of that, like this, these ideas. So very cool. Well, what do you think? Is this what Miguel wants? Is this everything he wants?
I think so. I think we're good for now. And if anybody in the chat has any ideas for wants, for obstacles, we will be watching that too. So, but I think for now we're good.
Yes. So obstacles for Miguel.
Oh, well, let's see. What do we got for Robbie? Maybe we can copy and paste that, and then we can kind of reorganize it, do our own thing. So I think possible unresolved issues with TORY.
Mm-hmm.
They really never resolved their issues. So going into the new season, if they're working together, I mean, Miguel really told her, like, you need help. Imagine telling someone you need help.
Yeah.
That's pretty low,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? About unresolved issues with TORY being an obstacle for Miguel?
I think so. Like there's going to be, I think that could be resolved. Not without too much difficulty, but I think it's something that we may need to resolve as writers, like it's still out there.
100%. And that could be in one scene,
Right.
Someone like that, like that's not going to be a focus of the season,
Right. But it also could be like, there could be a moment where does Miguel trust TORY about something important, or is this kind of still nag at him? It's like it could inform the way he behaves and what he thinks about certain situations. So yeah, that's a good one. I love that. I love that next one, Hector. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
100. If Hector's gonna be an obstacle for anyone, definitely our boy Miggy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty self-explanatory, right?
Yes.
If Hector comes back to the valley.
Yep. Miguel is definitely, Hector may discover that Miguel is very important to him.
Maybe a little too important.
Yep.
Kenny's immaturity has nothing to do with Miguel, so let's take that boy out. And I feel like we could put these three, or these four. What do you think about Hector or Kreese, Silver, Kim Da-eun, and Cobra Kai being an obstacle for Miguel? What do you think about that?
I think so. Like, I think they all are from a personal perspective. I'm not sure that say Kreese, Terry Silver, and Kim Da-eun, like Miguel hasn't had as much like direct personal contact with them recently. But they would each pose a threat, I think. There's Cobra Kai.
And we can always add, by having these possible obstacles, we can always add,
Right.
like, we've never gotten a real Silver Miguel interaction, which I think is something we need.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need that.
Yeah, I agree. And there are a number of ways where that could happen too. We haven't even gotten to Terry Silver yet, you know, but he is like a master snake and just so persuasive. There are a number of different ways Terry Silver might interact with Miguel, you know. So yeah, I totally agree. And each one of them, right? Kreese, he's out there. He could be an obstacle now. Yeah, Kim Da-eun, you know, he was part of that whole thing where they broke into Cobra Kai, and you know, that's not good. You could say like his possible criminal actions too, like he potentially committed crimes. I don't know if they would go into that, but I'm sure Terry or Kim Da-eun might pursue legal things if they feel like Miguel trespassed or did anything like that.
If we did that, I feel like we would have to put that for every single character.
Yeah.
Everybody.
We'll deal with that, I guess, as it comes along. But what about Miguel from a personal? Do you feel like the baby could be an obstacle in certain cases?
At the end of season 5, no. Because from what we saw, he was very excited for Johnny. So for what we know right now, I think he's very excited for this baby. I think it wasn't an obstacle for him in season. I want to hear your thoughts about this because it wasn't an obstacle for him in season 5. It was in season 4. I'm curious if we can put this as an obstacle still because it happened, his injury. Or do you think he's past that? Because season 5, literally, he was not disabled at all from it. So I don't know if that would be something he would have to overcome since he kind of already did. What would you say?
Right. Yeah, it's almost like fighting in the All Valley tournament. You know, he revisited that issue obviously while fighting, and it's almost like if they were to bring it back now, or if we were to bring it back now, maybe it might be a little too repetitious because it seems like he would have had severe problems from that moment in the All Valley tournament, but that wasn't the case. So it does seem like he's pretty much healed up probably by this point, unless it's some kind of mental, you know, like I don't know, kind of like a mental chip on his shoulder or something like that. I don't know. Something that messes with his confidence, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I think maybe at this point he's past it. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree. I think he's past it. I did see someone in the chat, L Turner, bring a good point up about him wanting to go to Stanford and wanting to be with Sam could be character conflict. So that's something that we don't necessarily know yet for sure. That's gonna happen, but I would say an obstacle for him, just for anything, is not having a lot of money. That could be a possible. That could be a possible obstacle, and I don't know if we want to put that for Carmen too, or if we should just leave that for Miguel, because I feel like it would affect Miguel the most. Is if especially if he wants to go to Stanford, was his obstacle not having enough money.
Right. Which is, you know, certain characters could come in and promise to help with that. If you know what I mean. Like, so that could lead to that could lead to motivations for him to do certain things.
You
maybe
mean
he
like
feels like maybe he feels like he has to take care of his family.
you mean like this guy right here?
Man can't stand. He can't fight.
I don't know what you're talking about, Drew. Oh my, I have no clue what you're talking about. Yeah. Like Terry, yeah. And we'll get to Terry, but like, yeah, he's persuasive and he's got all the resources in the world.
100%.
What would Miguel do if he feels like his family was on the ropes and needed money? What would he do to help them? And who would he turn to? I don't know. I think that's a great point. Not having enough money. That could be an obstacle.
Yeah, and Jaden Williams in the chat brings up a good point. Maybe that's why he wants to enter the Sekai Taikai for a prize fund.
Right? That could be a motivation. That could be a motivation for him. That could be a huge motivation for Johnny, too. It'd be like, hey, man, all we have to do, if we win this thing, we're set.
We're set for life.
Know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's going to be something that we're going to have to incorporate once we go further. But I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Any other obstacles for Miguel?
Well, I'm trying to think back. Like the things he's dealt with in the past, for instance, bullies. I don't think that's a problem for him anymore. I think he's past bullies. Right. He's pretty much mastered martial arts at this point. His relationship is tied up. Yeah, I think those are his obstacles right now as of the end of season 5.
I agree. I think we're good right there. So that's our boy Miggy. Chat. Who should we do next?
Oh yeah. Who do you guys want to see?
Who do you want to see? Yeah, I feel like because even with the Miguel, the money thing, we saw it in season 5. He couldn't afford the octopus necklace. So like there's a lot of different things where that can be an obstacle for him. What do you think about this guy right here?
Hawk. It has to be done, Drew. Has to be done.
I see a couple Hawks. I'm actually excited for Hawk.
Yeah.
Seeing all these comments, it just makes me realize how many characters we have. So many.
We do.
This is probably going to be a couple streams, honestly.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all fun. Okay. Hawk. All right, here we go. Eli Moskowitz. Did I spell that right?
Let's see. I think so. I've actually. Yeah, I think that's correct, Drew.
Well, what can I say? I'm just not gonna. Wait. Oh wait, is it Eli?
Let me.
Eli Moskowitz.
Let's check that.
All right, some freaking Hawk. Look at me, I'm Hawk. Hawk.
All right, I hear how you're saying it, and I don't like it. All right, I hear how you're saying it, and I don't like it.
That's awesome.
Oh good.
That's great.
Okay.
Yes, and that's correct. We double checked. That is correct.
Boom.
For the spelling.
Yes. Chat, maybe we could have some spell checkers in here too, helping us out. So if you want to, writers in a writer's room, there's a lot of different roles, right, Ken?
That's right. Oh, absolutely. It's all very collaborative, and sometimes I might double check things, sometimes the chat might double check things, but we're all in it together. So keep throwing your ideas out there, guys.
I actually I was doing some research on writers' rooms and different things, and yeah, there's a lot of different positions. One of the positions, there's a researcher in the writers' room. So someone who and I could definitely see this with Cobra Kai. Like while John, Josh, and Hayden and the writers are all brilliant, I'm sure they don't know everything about Okinawan martial arts, and Johnny, even like there's a couple of times where Johnny has lines about like like certain like like for his work about like, like in the first episode, I have to match the paint, like refill the holes or whatever he says. It's like, do John, Josh, and Hayden know about that stuff? They probably have someone researching that stuff. John, Josh, and Hayden tell them, okay, like we want Johnny to say something like this, and they're like, got you. Here's what he could say. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. 100%. So like, if anyone knows of these topics that we're talking about that can help us research on the fly, that's amazing. That would fit our writer's room, make us stronger.
100%. And I do want to, I see some super chats coming in. I appreciate all of you guys for sending those in. Let's quickly get to some of those before we get to Hawk. So Logan sends in a super chat. Thank you. He says, you're awesome. I wonder what episode the Taikai. That will be, I don't know. I mean, it all depends on Ken, how much we're willing to write of this thing. 10 episodes, 20 episodes, 50 episodes.
Right. And I think if I remember right, we talked a little bit about this last time. How do we structure this? Can we do that now? And I think we kind of agreed that, we need to do this work here. We need to see how the story goes before we figure out, is this going to be like all like one season? Are we going to have like 2 parts? How many episodes? Like, we kind of need to know what we're thinking for the story before we do that. So yeah, I don't know. I think we don't know yet what episode the tournament would come in.
Yeah, but we will get to that. That will be a stream where we decide what episode things will go with. We'll figure that out. Expressions of the Outdoors sends in a super chat. Thank you so much. Is there a Mike Barnes Kim Da-eun connection? I don't think so. What do you think, Ken?
Well, it depends on how you look at it. There's like a theory, and guys, I might make a video about this at some point. I think you could say that potentially it would fit that Kim Da-eun actually might have been working with Mike Barnes at the end of season 5. You could say that. Not that that would happen, but if you wanted to go in that direction, I think you could justify it. But is that right? Does that make sense from what we know of the characters? I think we need to figure that out. But you could kind of say that they might be working together. Like, it would fit what we know.
It'd be interesting, for sure.
Yeah, it'd be unexpected, I think.
And that's what we do here. Expect the unexpected.
That's right.
Code Blue, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey guys, do you think Chosen will be in season 6? Oh, he's got to be. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah.
Is Chosen in it?
Well, I mean, the big 3 themselves said that this is going to be like the biggest season ever. I think Hayden said something to the effect of like, if each season were a meal, season 6 is going to be Thanksgiving. Like it's going to be huge. So like, you cannot have a Cobra Kai Thanksgiving without Chosen at the table. You cannot.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I agree with that. And Code Blue also says, it says another super chat saying Chosen and Barnes in season 6. I think we discussed that. I think we agree that both of them are going to be in the season. It's the biggest season. It's the last season. And I think these characters have unresolved issues. That is what
Indeed.
That is what we're going to need. And then Kai Melly, thank you so much for the super chat. Great creative thinking, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know what those letters and numbers mean, but
thank you, Kim.
KYM 52.
KYM 52. I think that's her.
Oh, that's her. Nice. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so let's dive into Eli. What did you say?
Let's do it.
Okay. What does he want? Go.
Okay, so Hawk's interesting. I know there's been a lot of discussion about Hawk in season 5. I think he does want to prove himself. Yeah. Right. Well,
that's what people have been saying.
Right. And that, I think that's a good reason. He wants to prove himself. I think
I didn't even know what that word meant. Like I learned that once I heard people saying he was nerfed, and I'm like, what does that even mean? But it says on Google, it says caused to be weak or ineffective. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. It depends on how you look at it. Of course, you could look at it as Terry Silver is just such an amazing teacher and has all the secret skills that he was able to bring Kenny to a point where he could take down Hawk. I mean, that's pretty huge. But yeah, I think Hawk's at a point where he does, maybe more so than Miguel and Robbie, he wants to prove himself as a fighter. I think that's an important part of his identity.
I agree. I think, that scene in season 5 where it's like, we already made a decision. Hawk should do it. He won the All Valley. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm not going to let you guys down. And then obviously he says that, and then he's like, it's time to uncage the Hawk. And then like 2 seconds later, gets knocked out by Kenny. So yeah, I think, I mean, Ken, if you're Hawk, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. If you're Hawk, that's embarrassing. I mean, you have this middle schooler. I mean, like, you have this middle schooler who comes out of nowhere, and like, you're Hawk. You're the All Valley champ. Like, you're freaking. You were in Cobra Kai. You were in Miyagi-Do. Like, you get a freaking green mohawk just for this tournament. You come in as like. Literally, Cobra Kai has nobody. And literally, they chose Hawk over Miguel and Robbie. Like, so you're telling me. Oh, let me ask you something. This is a little off topic, but do you think Robbie or Miguel would have beat Kenny?
You mean
in that fight?
Like right now? Oh, in that fight?
In that fight, if Miguel and Robbie were competing and Kenny tried to pull the same silver bullet crap.
I have to think, like, at least how the story was going, I think Kenny would, because this was like the super secret move from Terry Silver that was like bent ethical boundaries and but I don't know. It's like you would think that Hawk, but also Robbie and Miguel would be able to block that, because it's essentially a punch in a way. It's like but you would think that they'd know how to block something like that.
Do you think you think Kenny would have beat Mr. Miyagi with the silver bullet?
That's a really good question.
Nobody could beat Kenny with the silver bullet. That's it.
Right. I would think I don't know. There's something about that move, perhaps from Master Kim Sun-young, that maybe is Miyagi level, that would maybe need a certain type of defense to block against that the younger fighters don't know yet. I'm not sure. But I know Daniel could. He did. He blocked it directly from Terry Silver.
Yeah.
So I don't know. These are controversial conversations. But
a lesson to everyone out there: if you're ever in a sparring match, if someone ever does this or this, they're getting ready to hit you. So be ready to block or dodge or something. I mean, like, come on. Right. It's pretty funny though. Oh god.
I think you're right, though. I think a lot of people, they're like, hey, Kenny, I mean, that was like, it's almost, how Kreese said in Karate Kid 3, Terry, you're telegraphing that wheel kick, you know? And it's like, Kenny was seriously telegraphing a strike. And so you would think that Hawk would know that and would be ready to maneuver or block or something like that. So I think maybe that's where people's frustrations are. But I think taken from the story point of view, yes, this was a super secret technique from Kim Sun-young that Terry Silver modified, and it was very special, and that's why he was able to take down Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of elevates Terry's character, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. something else that I find funny is like I mean, obviously we know that Kenny and Devin fought in that mini tournament. We know they fought because like from a story perspective, like they're the main characters beside Tori and Cobra Kai. So obviously you're gonna have the main characters fight. But it is kind of funny because you have like guys like Edwin and Dieter and like all these other like girls and guys who have been fighting in Cobra Kai for all these years, and then Kenny and Devin just show up out of nowhere. It's like, you guys are the best here. Like it's like I always found that kind of funny, but anyway.
Well, you know, maybe it's talent. Maybe Kenny is in some ways more talented. Maybe he's quicker.
A lot of people, you know, a lot of people like had issues with Terry saying that Kenny has the potential to be better than Miguel and Robbie and Hawk, and a lot of people had a problem with that, but I did not at all, because he didn't say you are better than them. He said you have the potential, and I'm like, yeah, 100% he has the potential. I mean, the dude is probably working harder than all of them right now, so I would say I would say so. I mean, I don't see why not. Why he can't be better than them if he keeps training.
Well, you know, I think we obviously are attached to these characters we've been watching since season 1, but I mean, if you think about it, you know, any new character that comes along could have the talent and the drive to surpass any of them. I mean, how do you think the Cobras felt at the end of the first Karate Kid movie when Daniel comes along and he's been training for just a few months and like he takes out everyone? You know, it's sort of like, you know, we don't say like, oh damn, they nerfed Johnny. You know, it's just that's what happens sometimes. So if you have the right student and the right teacher, you know, I maybe that's what that is. But I understand how people feel frustrated by that. But I think you're right, Drew. We have to be open to the possibility that new, talented, driven fighters will arrive to take down our favorite characters.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some. That's life. You got to move on. Kyra never moved on. He's still the same old bully pulling up the same act.
Oh man, that's awesome. You're man, that brightens up my day down here in the basement. It really does.
Yeah. Well, I'll make sure that Angela gets you a boba. Angela, go get Ken a boba. Do you want a boba?
Well, we'll have to do Angela at some point, like last or something. We'll do Angela. We've seen her once, but there are endless possibilities for Angela.
Angela's got to come back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Her and her bobas.
That's right.
All right. So we spent that whole time talking about Hawk proving himself as a fighter. So that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, he's got a lot to prove after that fight with Kenny. Do you think he wants to get revenge on Kenny? Do you think he wants to get even with Kenny? What do you think? Or has he kind of moved past that?
No, I think you could legitimately put Kenny down as an obstacle. That might be one of those things where he needs to deal with it. And you know, that's something we maybe could deal with pretty quickly. You know, it could be Kenny, depending on how he comes out of that, he could go to Hawk and say, hey man, yeah, that was like a bum move that I did, or something like that. Or they could reconcile. It doesn't have to be a huge thing, but it could continue to be a huge thing. That could be a motivating thing for Hawk wanting to prove himself, is that he lost to a little kid that is pretty new at all this.
Yeah, I agree. And I think another want for Hawk, I think we got to put is hair. Wants hair.
He wants hair. Yep.
He wants more hair.
Yep.
I'm kidding. Well, not really. I mean, I'm sure he wants the mohawk back.
Right. Well, he's like, I think he wants that identity. I think he enjoyed that Hawk side, you know, and
I like that identity.
Yeah.
I like that's a really good point. At the end of episode 8, he was like, yeah, like the color, the green didn't work out for him. I mean, he got the blue at the end, but is that what he wants? Like hair, identity, uh, hair color, and style.
Yeah, and I think that all goes to like his hair is kind of it's one of the sources of like his identity, who he is. He really loved that hawk persona. And I think you kind of saw like when he's got his head shaved, that kind of messed with him. And then he was working on, that balance, we talked about with Robbie and Miguel, trying to find that balance of like, who is he really? Is he Hawk? Is he a binary brother? How does he balance all that? And maybe that's what he's looking for, is that identity of who he is, just this very fearsome, badass nerd. Maybe.
I like that. I like it. All right. I agree. What else does I would say you know what he wants. I would say not that there's anything in the air right now, but I would say continue his relationship with sun. Sorry, I mean the moon.
It's great.
But
100%.
I mean, they did break up once, so I think any couple that even though he's changed his ways, they did break up. They did have their issues, so you never know. Like we don't really know like how they are doing. Like we had like 2 scenes of them in season 5, not too much, like. They kiss at the end of season 4. We don't really know if they're good, but I mean, Hawk is happy with her. I'm sure he wants to continue that relationship. What do you think of that?
It really does seem like throughout everything, even the breakup, Hawk has always carried a torch for Moon. Like it seems like he's always, it was when she was going with someone else that was a problem. Like I think always wanted to be with her. So yeah, I think so. I think you're right. That would continue to be a thing. There's nothing that's happened, I think, where they broke up or had problems or anything like that. So I think you're right. He would want to continue his relationship.
Definitely. What other things does Hawk want? Does
well, what about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Tell me.
What about his friendship with Dimitri?
Continue the friendship, or how would you? What do you mean by that?
Like, maybe that goes back to his identity, like just that part of who he is, and Dimitri was a brother, to him, and I would think at this point he would continue to value that, or yeah, I guess that's kind of ambiguous, but I don't know. He's a binary brother, right? Is that would still, like, he cares about Dimitri. Dimitri would still be his best friend, right?
Yeah, I think we could put that with identity. So hair color, mohawk, binary brother.
Yeah.
Binary brother, like that. It's that balance between being badass and being a nerd and being good and being tough.
Right.
That's probably his biggest thing, is the identity. I hope we get more, like, and I mean, well, we're gonna write this. We're gonna write this into our season 6. In season 5, I think we definitely saw like him like finding himself, but we didn't really. There wasn't really a focus on that. He was kind of just there and already kind of like had, like, you saw him like kind of like this tough guy who was nice. But when we write our season, I want to actually explore this more and get more Hawk centric scenes where we actually see what he's struggling with the identity, and how he actually finds his identity and what he eventually comes up with. I want to focus on that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been the big tease about his mom. Like, we've never seen his mom on screen. And that was kind of like a big deal, I think, like a part of his Eli persona, like when he was way more reserved and fearful. His mom was very protective of him, but sometimes it kind of backfired and kind of kept the hawk from coming out. And yeah, that's a really great point. We need maybe a little more backstory on that.
Yeah. So any other wants for Mr. Hawk over here?
Honestly, at the end of season 5, I know a lot of people who are Hawk fans were like, hey, season 5 didn't have as much Hawk in it. And so I don't know. I think this is kind of fair for the end of season 5.
I agree.
Point. Yeah.
I think so. There's not too much. Everything else we're gonna have to kind of create ourselves. Oh, does he want to make sure Cobra Kai is still out of business? Let's say so.
I would think so. I think he'd agree with that.
Make sure Cobra Kai doesn't come back. I would say that's what they all want,
Yeah, they're united.
Why not? Why not? So for obstacles, we have Kenny. That's an obvious one. What about TORY? You think TORY could be an obstacle for him? I mean, the two All Valley champs, water park racers.
It might be one of those things where it's possible unresolved issues with TORY.
Any possible unresolved issues with TORY?
I mean, it could be that everyone's good by now, but yeah, there might be some unresolved issues there.
Oh, and another one. Tyler, 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
They do not like each other.
Indeed.
And then I guess we could put, these are kind of like indirect. I feel like some of these are more like indirect obstacles. But like, if we want to put the Kreese, Terry Silver, Kim Daeun, Cobra Kai, it's like Kreese, Silver, and Kim Daeun might not be like affecting him directly, but like through Cobra Kai. I don't know if you want to. Do you want to? I'm trying to think about how we can like organize this more. Maybe we just put Cobra Kai for this, or do you want, what do you think? Because it might be a little too. We want to kind of focus, right?
Yeah, we could go either way. We could put Cobra Kai, although Kreese is out, and obviously he did study directly under Kreese for a while.
Yes, he did.
And it wasn't necessarily like the best of like mentorships, but I don't know. Could Kreese? He's out. If he's out trying to recruit, could he come for Hawk? I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, either way, if that's too complicated, we could say like Cobra Kai.
You want to put them in like parentheses?
Yeah, we could put them in parentheses.
You want to do like a Cobra Kai, Kreese, Terry Silver, Kim, something like that?
Sure.
Just so it's like, because I guess we could kind of like, unless it's like a real like personal thing. I feel like those three kind of they've all been associated with Cobra Kai, even Silver, who doesn't have it anymore. Like those three are still like part of that. They're the enemy,
Right.
So I think can we put that with Miguel and Robbie too? Do you want to do that?
Let's do it. And again, let's remember, like, the point of this is so we can refer to it. So like if we're writing or coming up with storyline and we're stumped, or we need to like have a sounding board, we can come back to this and get ideas. So however we want to put this in a way that we can look at it and go, oh, okay, yes. That definitely works.
100%. 100%. I see Carmen right here. I'm gonna put Cobra Kai for her too. But
Yeah.
Cobra Kai is an obstacle for everybody. What do we? Yeah, Cobra Kai. Okay, because Carmen, yeah, that's an obstacle for her. Chosen. I'm just fixing it for all
Yeah.
of these. But yeah, we got the idea. Um, eh, now it gets a little. Okay, should I just ignore it? Leave it. Leave it.
Yeah, I think I think that's good. I think we'll know.
Okay, cool. Who should we do next? Well, actually, Ken, I'm gonna let you type away.
Yeah.
And take the reins for a bit. I am just going to use the bathroom. So
Absolutely.
I will be right back.
Okay. Hey guys. We Drew is running down the hall. And next we've got to come up with another character. Someone else that we want to figure out what they want in their personal obstacles. So who is next? We've been doing kind of the younger characters right now. I see a lot of requests for characters like Bobby Brown. We will definitely get to Bobby Brown. But what else? What are some other who are some other characters that we can talk about? I think Devin's a really good one. Let's do Devin because she's really come into her own as a main character in this show, with a lot of personal connection to the quote unquote villains, you know, depending on how you look at it, but definitely has a very strong connection to Kim Da-eun. Let's see. And yeah, I see some other one. Obviously, we've got Mike Barnes. We could also do, you're right, Sam or Tori. We haven't done them yet. Maybe since we've done Miguel and Robbie, we should do Sam and Tori. That would only be fair before we get to Devin. So let's just put a few down here. How about Sam? Maybe we'll do Sam next. And so yeah, I love all your comments, guys. As we're waiting for Drew, let's talk about Sam for a second. Like what does she want right now? You know, at the end of season 5, where we last see Sam, what does she want, if anything? And we'll get Drew's thoughts on this when he comes back, but we'll just get your thoughts kind of to start us off in the chat. Is it, does she feel like she's satisfied? It looks like she wants to continue her relationship with Miguel. That's very important. Would she want to go ahead and compete in the Sekai Taikai, even if she thinks Cobra Kai is out of it and has been crushed? Does Sam still want to compete in a world tournament like that? Does she want things for her personal life? Is she looking forward to going to college and graduating? You know, what does she want to do in life? Patrick says Anthony. She wants Anthony. Yeah, obviously she probably wants Anthony to grow and do well. She loves Anthony. And Max says, now this is a good point. Max says, y'all, can we not do the wants and obstacles and just write what we think will happen to them in season 6? Well, here's the deal. We are planning this for the long haul. And I know that it's kind of, we feel impatient about wanting to get to what will happen, but this is so important. We have to understand where the characters are at, what they want, and what the obstacles are going into season 6. Because if we start writing and we're not all on the same page, then the story could go off in directions that don't track well with the characters. And for a show like Cobra Kai, especially, really all shows, but Cobra Kai is very much a character-based show. We want to make sure that whatever happens with the story comes from the characters and comes from what they want. And that way it feels organic and it feels very sincere and legit. So that's why we're doing this. And, you know, frankly, I think it's great because we get reacquainted with the characters and we start to think about them individually, which if we're writing a show, you have to think about each character individually. You have to put yourself in the place of each character if you're going to do them justice. So that's why we're focusing on this now. And, you know, as Drew said, there's so many characters, and we've already been going like, I think almost 2 hours. So I'm thinking that we might be doing this type of thing for at least 1 or 2 more streams before we start breaking down, like breaking the episodes for season 6. Let's see what else. All Sam wants is Miguel, as she just finished new Harry Potter Game of God's Fire. Yeah. Okay. So we've got some potentials here. I think, what do you think about doing Sam?
Let's do it. I love it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Awesome. I see you got
So-
Devin here too.
Yeah, Devin was a good suggestion, but then some people are talking about Sam, and I'm like, you know, we really should do Sam. She's obviously like main character.
Mhm.
We should do Sam. So,
Yeah.
and we were talking about what does Sam want at this point, and yes, very good. We need yes, she is definitely a LaRusso, which is an important part of what she might want.
Ooh.
And I can, and I'm happy to type.
Yeah.
If you have some ideas, like we were thinking maybe continue, or she's ready to commit to a relationship with Miguel, right?
I think she is. She said the big I love you. I think she's ready to commit.
Okay. Now, what do you think she wants in regards to like her family, the LaRussos?
I'm trying to think in season 4, like that dinner scene when they were talking about like college and all that. Daniel said like she's gonna one day own the shop or so auto. Did she say anything about what she wanted? Did she say where she wanted to go to college? I feel like she did.
That, you know, I'm trying to remember for sure. That was a big thing with season 4 is she didn't want to fall into what Daniel did, her dad did. Like she definitely wanted to strike out on her own and do her own thing. And gosh, now I feel like I need to go back and rewatch season 4 again. But yeah, I mean that would make sense because obviously Daniel didn't go to college. And you know, he ended up going to the car dealership business. And so yeah, she might want to strike out on her own and follow her own path. She wanted to go to USC or Stanford. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna.
That goes along with our idea of Miguel and Sam going to Stanford together. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. So graduating and going to college, right?
Yeah, I'm playing this scene right now. I'm actually seeing what she said.
Oh, good.
Nearby. Oh, well, Daniel actually said like whether she wants to go to USC or UCLA, whatever she wants. So, get her. I don't know, but that's what Daniel said. Is that what she wants? Though?
Right. That's a good point. What does she want to do?
Oh, well, he said like whether she wants to get her MBA, go to UCLA, like so. But is that what she wants? I feel like he wouldn't say that if that wasn't something that she said she wanted to do. So maybe that is something.
Well, maybe what he's doing though about getting an MBA though is he's grooming her to take over LaRusso Auto, like Master of Business Administration. Like you will be so well qualified to take over the dealership, and that's just maybe she's not interested in doing that.
So I think maybe for an obstacle we could put Daniel's expectations.
Yeah, I love it. Yep.
Right?
That's
What do you
great.
think of
Yep.
that?
I love it.
Any other way you want to word that, or
No, I think that's right. I mean, Daniel has very firm opinions on things
for
and,
everyone? He has expectations
everyone.
of everyone. Yeah.
and that is, I think, an obstacle for everyone in the show is dealing with Daniel's expectations of what they should or shouldn't do. Daniel has very strong opinions about everyone else and what they should be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that Sam wants, I think, is to help her brother, to help Anthony.
Yes. Yep. Um,
Stop him from getting wedgies and swirlies.
Indeed. What about now in terms of does she want anything regarding Amanda, her mom? Or are they pretty good at this point?
I think that might be an obstacle. Why don't for
Okay.
what about Tori and Amanda's relationship?
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a big one. That's a big obstacle. And then I think you could put Tori as a separate one. I think Tori could be an obstacle just in general, but especially that relationship. I think that would be the only thing that really would get in the way of her and her mom. You know?
Right. Another thing might be, do you think she has residual PTSD?
Yeah.
Or do you think that? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she had that nightmare in season 5. Like, I would say if it wasn't for that, and even at the end of even in the beginning of season 5 when she was like training and she was having like the flashbacks of Tori beating her, like I would say that's like while Miguel has kind of gotten over his injury with the school fight, I feel like Sam is still stuck on that, still stuck on everything that she's done. So yeah, I think her PTSD is still an issue that needs to be worked out.
Right.
Maybe she starts seeing a therapist. That I can actually see that happening.
Maybe we should could we do mental emotional issues?
Yeah.
Is that a good way to put it? Because it does go beyond that. She's got a lot of stuff. You're right. I think she would need to see a therapist.
I kind of wish we would see like a Cobra Kai. Like, I mean, I feel like every character here needs therapy. I think that's something we should include in our season. I think someone should go to therapy. Like,
that's great. They'll go to the same therapist.
Yeah. Oh my God, that therapist would really like. You did what? Was this before or after you threw him out the window?
Indeed. And the therapist could be secretly working for Terry Silvers to manipulate. God. Oh, yeah, no, I'm kidding. Not really, but yeah. Anyway, that's wow. Okay. Yeah. So she does have those issues that could still be there. What about, does she feel, as far as wants, does she feel the need, does she want to prove herself as far as fighting or martial arts?
1,000 quadrillion%. She is one of the few characters who is always, and that's what I really love about her character and what I respect. She is always training, always wanting to prove herself, and like karate, like, you know how important it is to her. And I would say it kind of ties in for another one, uphold Mr. Miyagi's legacy, just like Daniel. And I think we put that for Daniel's one. I think that's for her too.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot here.
Now, I don't know how you want to do this, but if an obstacle for her is mental and emotional issues, what does she want? Like, how do you want to word that? Resolve her issues, find balance.
Maybe it's finding balance. Like we have that for Miguel and Robbie. It's probably the same thing with Samantha, right? She probably wants to find balance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that covers that adequately? Or is it something more than just finding balance? Do maybe conquer personal demons?
Conquer personal demons, I think, is a better one. And find balance. I think you could put both. I think you could put both because yeah, for her it's a little more than finding balance. I feel like with like Miguel and Robbie might be finding balance. With Sam, it's a little more. It goes a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's got a lot of wants and obstacles. A lot of unique ones too. Like a lot of ones that are primary to her.
Yep.
Anything else?
Gosh, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, at the end of season 5, I think this is pretty comprehensive from where we've left her.
And then I guess for
I think-
obstacles, we could put Cobra Kai, Kreese. If you want to
The
copy
same.
that same, the Kreese, Kim
Mhm.
Daun, yeah, yeah.
Yep. I think, gosh, I think that looks good.
Great. All right. So you want to move on to Devin?
Devin, where'd she go? Oh, here she is.
Boom.
Oop. Devin Lee.
Nice. Okay, guys.
Okay. Devin.
Someone said she wants to marry Miguel. I don't think Sam is really ready for that yet. But maybe one day.
Maybe one day. It's kind of tough because, I mean, okay, so let's think about this. We are in the summertime, right? Season 5 takes place in the summer after the school year, right? Because the All Valley tournament in season 4 was in May. And so the events of season 5 take place in the summertime, and they still at least have one more year of school. So yes, that marriage would be kind of nice down the road, but yeah, they're still in high school. They haven't graduated yet. So
Oh god. I like how you were like really like analyzing that, like breaking that down.
Right.
Like, well, let's see. They're still in high school.
right.
So no.
Right. But I mean, at this point, sometimes it's hard to keep track of the time because I mean, we've been watching this over so many years, and so we think of these characters sometimes as older than they are. And so, yes, they're still definitely in high school.
I could picture like if Sam were to tell Daniel like, Dad, I'm marrying Miguel. Like remember Daniel in the season 5 finale when he's like to Barnes chosen and Johnny's like, you guys are out of your effing mind. I can see him like saying that exact thing to Sam, like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're out of your effing mind.
Right. I mean, that could be, if you wanted to go soap opera, I mean, that could be something where they could plan to like secretly marry and go off together. I don't know. I think that's a little much for this show though.
Oh. Can we go back to Sam?
Of course.
Unresolved issues with Robbie for an obstacle.
Yes. Okay.
We
Perfect.
forgot to put it down. Someone in the chat reminded me. Let me see who it was. L Turner. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah. And also we got a super chat from Lee. Do you think that Sam and her family wants to help Tori and her mother? Great question. That's going to be something I think we're going to touch on as we continue writing, because at the end of season 5, she did see the mom. She did see the mom. She did see Tori's situation, but there was nothing that implied that she wanted to help her at that moment. Well, maybe like she felt bad, but nothing like I want to help you right now. So that might be something we might write in the series, right, Ken?
Yes, 100% true. I think you put it perfectly.
Yeah. So thank you for the super chat. And there we go. Let's go back to Miss Devin Lee. What does she want?
She's on fire as far as like wanting to achieve and overachieve. Like she wants to take on the world. Like that's just part of her character. It's like she is driven. She is super driven.
I agree with you. So what would you say she wants? She wants She wants to be the best. She wants to be a champion. Oh, actually, no. Well, Kim Da-eun was like, don't throw it away. You can be a champion.
Right.
I love
Right.
it.
Well,
I'll
and
be a
I think
champion, but my way.
right. And that's I think that's the thing. Like Kim Da-eun knew to appeal to that, because that's the fire that Devin has. So, yeah, you could say like she wants, I don't know, to reach her maximum potential. But I think beyond that, she wants to win. She wants to be the champion.
She
Should we
wants to
just
be a
put that?
champion. I think so. She wants to be a champion. She said that. She said that. And then what was it? Her mom said like about never giving up. Like how her mom
Mhm.
passed away. What was the line she said? Like
Oh yeah.
you lose
Oh
when you
man.
give up.
Yeah. It's like that's a good paraphrase. Oh man, I wish I could remember that exact line. But yeah, it's
It's like
that's
something like
exactly the
that.
sentiment. Yeah. But that's a great, that's her personal motivation. I think her mom, in dealing with all that.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good motivation.
Mhm. So it's almost like she's fighting. It's almost like she's fighting for her mom in a way, or like, her family legacy. She wants to, she's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder, I think.
Yeah, and I found another quote from her that says, "I'm not afraid of getting my ass kicked if that's what it takes to get better." So she wants to improve.
Mm-hmm.
So I think be a champion and improve her skills.
Yeah, I like, let me go back. I like what you said too. Improves.
And then I found another quote. When her and Tori are teaming up, Tori's like, "If we do this, you have to listen to me." And then Devin says, "That's what I've been trying to do since I got here." So maybe she wants a teacher. She wants a mentor, someone to show her the way.
Mm-hmm. A mentor. Yes. And Kim Da-eun was that mentor briefly.
Yeah. Not a great mentor.
Some kind of mentor. Let's see. What else does she want?
Wait, I'm gonna search up the line while you look for that. I'm gonna search up the line that she says about her mom.
Of course. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think about Devin?
The only way you really lose is by giving up.
Right.
So I don't know if that
Improve her skills. You could say like never give up.
he wants to never give up. Yeah. She's a good character. She's really good.
She is really good.
Her and Kenny are very similar. Like I like that, like the two young people who are like both like passionate about what they do. Both want to be the best.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So, and we know a little bit about her background, but really we've seen her mostly in the dojo. We saw her at the water park. We saw her on the debate team. So she's very competitive, like, be a champion, improve her skills. She's very intelligent. I don't know. At the end of season 5, would you say she wants to make sure Cobra Kai doesn't come back? Or is it a little more open for her?
It's I think so, but it's tough. Like it's a little more tricky with her because she kind of just switched in that final episode. So it's like for her to be like right away, like, yeah, like forget Cobra Kai, I'm against it. It's like I feel like she's probably processing everything at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a very, very like, Tory, you suck. You betrayed me. Kim Un, you're the best. To now fighting her and teaming up with Tory. So what do you think about that?
Well, I think, see, this is a great reason to do this, because I think we sort of uncovered by thinking about Devin that she is willing to deal with abuse. She's willing to deal with hardship. She is willing to do what it takes to be a champion. She does have a moral code, but at the same time, if someone were to convince her that they would be the best mentor, I think she might go along with them. Like, I think she's still young in that way, where, you know, if she sees a route to becoming champion that seems good, you know, she might go that way. So I wonder if she could be swayed or persuaded by someone whom we might think is a villain, to come back to Cobra Kai. I wonder if she makes the calculation that that's the way to get really good and to become a champion. I don't know. That could be open to her.
Yeah, and I think I just thought of another one. I feel like this is a big one for her. You mentioned like she's part of the debate. She when Eagle Fang shut down, she joined Cobra Kai. She wants to be involved. She wants to be a part of something. So that's why, like, I could see her going to Miyagi-Do, because she wants to be a part of, like, she does these clubs, she does these she joins these dojos, she wants to be involved. So I don't know how you want to word that. Be involved. Simple as that, right? Wants to be involved in an extra. I know it sounds a little like
extracurricular.
And actually, I know it sounds a little like childish for like a Cobra Kai, but it kind of is. Like, it is like an extracurricular. Be involved in clubs.
It's like
activities.
Yeah, like community. Be involved in important activities in the community or something. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds clinical, but
yeah, that sounds like volunteering at like
right
the local park or something. I don't know. Like, maybe
how about be a part of the action or something like that.
Be a part of the action. I feel like that could be like a separate thing.
Yeah,
that could be a separate thing. I like be a part of the action. She wants to be a part of the action, but
she wants to be involved with her peers, right?
With peers' interests.
I don't know. That's a good point.
I feel like extracurriculars. I don't know. Let me see. Like, what is the exact? Well, extracurriculars of an activity at school or college.
Right.
Does it have to be at school, or can it be outside of school?
It can be both. How about be involved in peer activities? Something like that.
And then maybe
well, actually, let's step back, because like, why does she want to be involved? She wants to be a part of something, right? She wants to be an important part of her peers, or she wants recognition.
Wants recognition.
Yeah. I think that's great. She wants to be involved in peer activities. That's.
Do you want to put wants recognition? Wants recognition and attention. Because when she screwed diplomacy, you know, she grabbed that guy's book, ripped it right in front of him, like, you know, in front of all those people. She wants the recognition, she wants the attention. Yeah, I like it.
Yep, that's a lot. That's a lot of good wants.
Really, it is. Like, Anything else? Oh, anything with TORY?
Yeah, I guess you could say that she looked up to TORY, looks up to TORY maybe.
Wants to look up
Maybe
to her.
wants TORY's admiration or approval or something like that.
Guidance. Yeah. Her guidance, her admiration.
Right. She wants, and that kind of goes along with like wanting attention and recognition. She wants maybe TORY's guidance or approval, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good. It's a
That's
good
pretty
list.
good. What are some obstacles for Devin?
Kim Da-eun.
Mm.
Kim Da-eun's got to be an obstacle for her. You can be a champion. Ooh, Sam. Sam beat her. Sam beat her in the little tournament. So Sam could definitely be an obstacle.
Yes.
Oh, I got another one. Earning the trust back from her friends. She was friends with Bert. She was friends with Miguel. She was friends with like all those guys from Eagle Fang. Eagle Fang / Miyagi-Do. And she threw all that away to join Cobra Kai. So like I don't know if like they're all gonna just be like, yeah, that might be an obstacle for her. Are we gonna put that for want or obstacle? I guess that
would be if she wants to earn their trust, right?
Mm-hmm. And then maybe for an obstacle, you could say like she betrayed, like the fact that she betrayed them and they can't trust her. Yeah. Was she friends with any Miyagi-Dos?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe not strongly.
I think it was just the Eagle Fangs.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah. What other obstacles?
I don't know if it's an obstacle, but she does have the pain involving her mother and her family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe like I don't know how we want to put that.
No motherly figure. No mother figure. Or absence of mother figure, whatever, however you want to.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, absence of mother.
She could have a father. We don't know.
Mm-hmm. And maybe there's still an element of grief with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny because like doing this, like really, it gives you more insight into the characters that you wouldn't have thought of like otherwise.
Yeah, totally. That's why. And while we were gone, we were talking about, why we were doing this, and some people wanted to skip ahead to actually doing it, but you can see how important it is because, yeah, we're uncovering all these things about Devin that you wouldn't necessarily think about unless you stopped and tried to put yourself in her place. And you learn a lot.
Yeah. This is gonna be a process. But once we get like the groundwork done, then it's gonna get to then we're gonna start right now we're finding the puzzle pieces. We're collecting the puzzle pieces. Oh, what is this puzzle piece? What colors are on this puzzle piece? What shapes are on this puzzle piece? And then we get another puzzle piece. We analyze that, and then once we sort out each puzzle piece, we'll slowly piece them together to make the story. What do you think about that
Right.
analogy?
That's perfect. Yeah, that is beautiful. You're right. This is a puzzle, right? And it's a puzzle where we can kind of change what the final picture is. You know, but it's just moving these pieces into place. You're right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, so Drew, do you
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I saw someone in the chat say her own roundtable says her own hot-headed nature. That could be an obstacle is herself and her how do you want to word that? Like her hot-headedness.
Her right. Yeah, you could let's say that hot-headedness.
She's a
Hot-head
hothead.
attitude.
There's a word. What's the word? Like she's impulsiveness. Impulsive. She's impulsive. She's a hothead. She's greedy. She's greedy. She wants power. She's very similar to Silver.
Ooh. Wow, Drew. You know, see, that's the important part of this is like we can, by doing this like behind the scenes, we're like, oh, wait, what happens if these characters line up? That could be a big problem.
Yeah. She specifically chose to fight against Kim. She could have just as easily fought the other students, but she chose Sam to leave and let her face Kim. Yeah. I wish we saw that fight, though. That kind of sucks that we never saw that fight.
Right. You know, that's a great point. I might put like overconfidence.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
That could be a problem for her.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting character. I mean, look at this. You know, this is I think a really interesting character.
Something that I just thought of. I don't know if like if you want to actually do like a list for this at one point, or if you just want to keep it in the back of your head. But something like a strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
I feel like that could be a big thing. That could really, because strengths, what are these characters capable of, and weaknesses are a great thing to analyze, because then it then you can have, if another character wants something, how can they get it by using that character's weakness?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can. That's another great way to look at these characters. We can definitely do that. We could also do that sort of if we run into, we could do it ahead of time or while we're writing. If we run into like situations where characters are testing each other, you know, we can talk about, well, you know, what are their strengths and weaknesses in these situations?
Definitely.
But I think you're exactly right.
Definitely. Well, anything else for Devin?
I think that's pretty healthy for now. I think this is a great snapshot at the end of season 5. And she really looks like she could be a major character going forward. I
agree. So we're approaching the 2.5 hour mark. We've been
wow.
It doesn't feel like that, right?
No.
It's crazy.
And guys, I have to wonder, like in the actual Cobra Kai writers room, I wonder if this happens where like the days just go by so quick and you're like, whoa, you know, you know, it's, of course it's fun for us as well, but yeah, you just get into this creative zone and it's like, we're in a trance, right? It's like time just sort of flew by and we didn't realize it.
You do have to wonder. I mean, to be fair for this, you know, we are also live streaming to you guys, so we're, you know, explaining things. We're kind of, me and Ken, like, you know, we're kind of talking about our opinions on certain things in the season. If we were like by ourselves and really just writing, we would be more focused. We wouldn't have to like remind ourselves about certain things from the season. We could just like move, but still, I mean, for the most part, we've been going, and we've
Right.
done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters today in 2.5 hours. Wow.
That's big. Yeah. And really all major characters.
Major characters. I it's funny. While I was in the bathroom, I don't know how I thought about this, but like I was like, I want to get to like I think we should get to everyone though. Like even like
Yeah.
a character like Mitch. Mitch has
Right.
wants and obstacles.
100%. Yeah, he's a character. And we can uncover that. And, if we can kind of use what we know from watching him so far, maybe there are some wants and obstacles and strengths and weaknesses we haven't thought about while watching the show yet that will just naturally arise once we put ourselves in Mitch's shoes.
Definitely. All right. So I think, what do you say? Can we do one final character?
Sure. Let's do it.
Who do you think
You want
we
to do
should
a big character or like a side character?
That's let's end it with the big one. Let's end it with the big one.
Okay, let's do it.
Now I'm stuck between two. I think we should do one of these two, and I want to know your thoughts. I think we should either do to kind of cap off this these characters that we've been doing. I feel like a Kenny or a Tory would be good.
A Kenny or a Tory?
A Kenny
My
or
goodness.
a Tory?
Well, Tory is a big one.
Tory's a big
Tory's
one.
a major character. I don't know.
What do you guys
what do you
want?
want to do? If they're both, yeah. All right. Yeah. What do you guys want in the chat? I see votes for Kenny.
I don't see any Tory. I just see Kenny.
Yeah. Let's do Kenny.
You guys want to do Kenny?
One vote for Tory.
Tory wants Tory. I think we could do Kenny.
Okay.
We're
let's
gonna do
Kenny.
we're gonna do everybody. So the thing is like obviously there's characters we haven't done yet. And like that's all good. Like the big one is for me and Ken probably is Terry Silver and Kreese. But it's not a big deal because we're gonna do these characters. It doesn't affect anything,
There we go.
A world
Kenny
of
Payne.
A world of Kenny Payne. Get ready for high school next year. Oh man. Okay, guys, we need your help. We need your help in the chat. What does Kenny want? Go. What does he want, Ken? Ideas.
Jeez. Okay, so we're at the end of season 5. Like his world is probably kind of like turned upside down in a way. What he thought was good, like you said before, processing. So he's in the state of processing at this point. I think he still wants to, maybe similar to Devin, he wants to reach his full potential. Like Terry Silver, strangely, actually, has opened his eyes, I think, to what he can be. And I think that he would want to reach that potential. Like he doesn't want to shy away from that now. He always looked at himself in a certain way, but now his eyes have been opened. So I think he would want to pursue that. I don't know, to reach his full potential in fighting, but also in life. So I don't know how we want to put that.
I agree. I do want to say something before I forget. I just want to bring it up before I forget. One that could be particularly unique to Kenny. After finding out that Terry, cheated the tournament. I mean, it broke his heart. He looked like he found out his cat died. Like it was that bad. It was that bad. So I think with Kenny, when someone betrays you, when someone you care about and who you thought cares about you betrays you, there's one question: why? He wants he wants clarity. He wants to know, why did this happen? Now, thinking about this one actually gave me an idea for a scene that we can do, and this could get resolved in one scene. Kenny's heartbroken, and Robbie even has a conversation like, listen, I know Terry, you know, I know you thought he was helping you, but he's not a good guy. He's done this, he's done that. Like, you might have not known this, but this is why he did this. And that's what Kenny needs, because right now it's like he says, like, not now. Like, he's processing. He needs to know why.
Yes.
He wants clarity. He wants an explanation on the situation. So I had to get that out. That I was getting too excited.
I totally agree. Let me put down, he wants clarity, answers from Terry Silver. Would you say that's fair?
Definitely.
That could be an issue going forward, couldn't it?
Yeah. And once again, he even if he gets those answers from another character, he needs something. He needs to know what the hell what just happened.
Right.
I mean, 1 second he's luring Silver Bullet, next second he finds out his cat died. Like,
right, exactly. So I changed it to clarity, answers about Terry Silver, because you're right. It could be from any source that he trusts, but yeah, he would want some sort of resolution or clarity. Of course, he might seek out Terry himself for answers and challenge him and confront him. Who knows? That we may write something like that. But you're right. He wants clarity. I love that, Drew. That's perfect.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, that's a great thought. And then I would say, like, he wants to reach his full potential as a fighter.
Yeah.
I think that's an important part.
It is crazy how the last stream we were just starting, and we're already like, we're gonna pass the length, and you know what I'm saying? Like, the last stream we did it so much, and we did the story beats, we did a lot of characters, and now it's like we're really diving in. We're really diving in, taking our time with this, but it's gonna come out good.
Right. And guys, I know I see some comments here and there. I understand some people are kind of like, you know, we want to get going and stuff like that. But really, there's a long time before season 6 comes out. And so I think it's best we do this right. You know, we take our time and we step through this together. And, you know, we don't want to go off on like crazy tangents that aren't realistic. And so, yeah.
Yeah. And also the point of this is to mirror what they actually do in a writer's room. And yeah, it's not like, you know, when you watch Cobra Kai, like, you see all the action, you see all of the dialogue and the great scenes, but it's not like they get in a room and they're just like, okay, yeah, Miguel and Robbie fight on the balcony. It's a lot of preparation and planning, and, you know, some of it is really fun, and some of it can be a process, you know, but we're trying to like replicate that. And yeah, we have so much time until the season. We want to make something cool. So we're really going to take our time with this and really break it down and just nerd out. Like, this is for the nerds. So if you guys like, I mean, I know Johnny like is not a big fan of the nerds and the geeks, but hey, I mean, this is what we're doing.
Oh yeah. And it's work. It's good work. You know, it's like,
it's
you know,
fun.
for the writers in the show, it's fun, but you know, it's a job, you know, we take it seriously, and I want to do a great job because I want them to move me out of the basement.
Let's not get carried away,
time.
Ken.
Oh, okay.
The plant. What about the plant?
Yeah, I'd miss the plant. That's a nice artificial plant.
You got a window back there. I mean,
yeah, I can open it slightly to get some fresh air, and yeah, it's very, very neutral walls, and yeah, I kind of feel like Kreese in season 5. Anyway, so we've got Kenny Payne. What else does he want? Does he want to reconnect with his brother?
Yeah, 100%. He wants his brother back. I mean, whether or not that is a plot line we see, that's still something that we know he wants. His brother's in jail. You know, trying to help him out. That's the reason why. So yeah, he definitely wants to be back with his brother, and I hope we do see our boy Sean. Oh, I think Sean is SHAWN. I think.
Oh, whoops.
I think I know
Yeah,
this,
I think you're right.
the Cobra Kai, Gun. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I agree with that. Do you think he wants anything from Robbie? We know Robbie wants to help him, but does Kenny want Robbie's help? Does Kenny want revenge on him? Or does Kenny, like, at this point in season 5, he doesn't really give a crap about Robbie? I can't see, other than the only thing I would see him really caring about is that, and maybe wanting that from Robbie's the clarity and answers about Silver. What do you think?
I think, yeah, if he gets to a point where he realizes that he can trust Robbie and Robbie's information, then he might want to talk to Robbie at that point. But you're right. This is at the end of season 5. At this point, does he want anything from Robbie? It seems like he kind of wants to go figure things out on his own, right?
You think he wants time away? It's kind of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Time to process.
Yeah, I like that. Time to process.
Because I mean, I think that's important, because he said, like, you know, to Robbie, like, not now. Like, we're not going to see him the next day go up to Robbie, be like, what the heck's going on? Why did it? No, like, he wants time to process. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good one.
Yeah. What else?
Oh, he wants his dad.
His dad.
And his mom. His dad and his mom, because his mom's working a lot. His mom's
Does
not
he want
home.
his family together?
I think so.
Or he, like Robbie, does he want a happy family?
I think he wants a happy family. You could put, like, dad back from the army, mom home from work, Sean out of juvie. You know, it is interesting to think you have Kenny and his 3 family members all in these different directions. And all at the expense of Kenny, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Okay. What else does he want anything in his personal life? Like, he was really into like the gaming. Does he want anything regarding Anthony?
Oh shoot, I forgot about Anthony. Oh my god. I think he still wants revenge on Anthony. I think I mean
yeah.
I like, listen, okay. Sure, he found out that Terry Silver cheated the tournament, but that has nothing to do with Anthony. You know? He still wants I think he still wants to show him a world of pain.
Yeah, revenge on Anthony. Yeah, so it's like, it's interesting. We're painting a picture of Kenny Payne that's really not, you know, say hero or villain. Like, he could go a number of different ways in season 6.
Yeah. I want to see if anything with Devin, like any of these wants to be a champion, improve skills, never give up.
Maybe with the clarity and answers about Terry Silver, maybe he's also looking for a mentor.
Yeah, I think so. He wants a mentor. He wants a mentor. Wants a mentor, and yeah, and reach his full potential as a fighter. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of great stuff.
Great list.
Yeah, I think that's a great list as of the end of season 5 for once. What about obstacles?
Mm. Anthony
Anthony, right?
and Sam. And Sam.
The LaRussos.
The LaRusso. Yeah, the LaRussos. If you want to put like, and then in parentheses, like Sam, Anthony, Daniel, Amanda, or I don't know. Because I feel like the 4 of them could all. And then you were gonna say something, and I cut you off.
Oh gosh. I think just that his family isn't there. Something like everyone is tied up in other things. Like like his dad is
Isolation.
away. Yeah, maybe like isolation from
He's
family.
isolated. He has to take care of himself. I mean, we saw him like when he was gaming. He's like, what was he cooking? Pizza bagels. Like I don't know if like Terry Silver helped him improve his diet or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, exactly. I think maybe like he's unsure about his identity, kind of like what you're talking about. He's got a lot of probably internal conflict going on about that. Just the idea that he achieved so much under Terry Silver and Cobra Kai. It gets to the answers thing, but like, you know, where he probably feels like, again, very isolated, like he doesn't belong to anything at this point.
He probably has a lot of doubt because Terry has been telling him ever since, like, I mean, listen, when Kenny entered the dojo, Terry was pretty much there from the beginning. And what's Terry saying? Like you have the potential to be better than all of these people. Like you're a great fighter. You're one of the best. And then like he finds out that Terry Silver is like a joke. So it's like imagine like looking up to someone like that, and then like they tear your world down, and that person was giving you all this inspiration. Now he's probably like everything's a lie. Like he might not even believe in himself anymore because of that.
Yeah.
You know, who like, I mean, say what you want about Terry, but Terry freaking gave him confidence. Terry was the one who helped him. And now without that, who's going to do that? Who's going to help him?
Right. Yeah, he's really kind of on his own.
Yeah. Do you think Robbie could be an obstacle? I feel like he could. Robbie might. Yeah,
I think to Kenny.
Yeah, to Kenny, because I mean, we know Robbie wants to help him, but Kenny might not want his help. You know, so
he's pulling a Daniel LaRusso, Robbie's expectations, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Let me. There we go. You have a lot for Kenny.
Yeah, he's a good character.
Anything else?
I don't know. We can't quite say Cobra Kai. We could say, is Terry Silver an obstacle?
Yeah, I would say so.
Would John Kreese? I don't know. It's interesting because John Kreese is out there, and John Kreese did not believe in Kenny.
There is that. I also was thinking something that was in season 4, but was not in season 5. I think he wants Leah. Remember Leah?
Oh,
his love
that's
interest?
right. Yes. Let's put that as maybe a want. Is it with an H?
Uh,
Or
LIA.
okay,
Because
that's it.
it's like for Allie, you know, it's
Yes.
when you
Okay.
switch yeah, yeah.
That's
Um,
great.
and then I think if you want to put for obstacles, Anthony and Leah's friendship. Because
Mm.
that could be an obstacle. You might have a little bit of a love triangle there, which I thought that was gonna be season 5, but maybe they're saving that.
Hmm. A lot of personal stuff here.
Yeah. Anything else?
Okay, let's see. I think that covers it. Like we could speculate on the Sakai Taikai and all that, but I think it all falls into what we've talked about.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
I think so too. So let's put it together. I kind of separated it just so we could get an idea, but let's kind of okay. I think we did good. We did very good. So we got today, we did, let's move that up there. Okay. So we did Robbie. We got 1. We did Miguel. We did Hawk. We did Sam. We did Devin. And we did Kenny. We did 6 characters and 6 very prominent characters.
Yeah, they're big characters.
And next, I mean, we got just for next time, we'll, TORY, Kreese, Silver. These are just some characters that we got.
Yeah.
Arns. I feel like those are Dimitri.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably like and then other than that, then maybe you get to like Bert, Mitch, Nate, Chris, Kyler, like those sorts of characters, right?
Yeah. These characters will be part of the show, so we at least want to get a couple things for each of the smaller characters.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be things for everyone, and some of them overlap, some of them tied together. Like if we were to do like Yaya, or Rosa Diaz, like she would definitely tie in with some of Carmen's wants and obstacles. Probably would be identical, honestly. Other than wanting to marry Johnny, that would probably be that probably wouldn't be there. But yeah,
right.
Ken, what do you think about what we did today?
Well, Drew, I gotta be honest with you. I am just so impressed at how creatively productive we've been today. It's been so much fun, and batting ideas around with you and also everyone in the comments. It's really fun to get into these characters, but also just have a conversation about everything. It's just fun to talk about all this stuff. And I think you mentioned before, Drew, I feel like I'm getting to know some of these characters in a new way, after doing this. And that's great for us as writers.
Yeah. And I think something I'm noticing with by zooming out, seeing everything as a whole, I think as we're getting more into it, because even you look at like Johnny and Daniel, like they got some stuff here. Chosen's got some stuff here, but the more we go, the more we're adding for each character with the wants and the obstacles. So I think we're getting more into a rhythm with each of it. Maybe we could go back and if we ever come up with something else, like look at that, like we could go back and add to Johnny, who
Right.
I mean, we pretty much covered it all, honestly, with them. Season 5 is interesting because it definitely ended in a way that was more conclusive than like other seasons with like the big cliffhangers. So
right. Like I would think we talk about wants for all these characters. I think some of the bigger, older characters in the series would have a lot more wants, and there'd be a lot more conflict in relationships on these cliffhangers previously. And you're right. The end of season 5, it tied up a number of things that were hanging, like story threads that were out there. So
yeah, I think what we're finding here is the kids are having more wants and obstacles.
It's up to the new generation, Drew.
That's actually a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a good thing.
Oh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. So next time we're gonna dive deeper. We'll get into more characters. We'll get into more story. And yeah, I think today was mission accomplished.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
That's yes, sensei.
Yes, sensei.
Yeah, don't mess up again or 60 push-ups on your knuckles.
Sorry, sensei. Captain.
Ken,
Yeah.
do you want to go to the attic? Be
Oh my gosh.
lucky that you got the basement.
Yeah, I know, right? I gotta say though, like, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this this plant over here. I think this plant's been perking up since we've been doing this today. I think the plant has really enjoyed all of the ideas. You know, it's been growing, and so that's always a good sign. I think we had a very successful talk today.
Maybe it's Mr. Miyagi, kind of.
Yeah, maybe.
Message. Oh man. Well, this was a great stream. Ken, once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for helping me out. This has been great. More of this to come, right?
Absolutely. And I want to say thank you, Drew, for allowing me to join you and just have this fun, including me and everyone here in this process. It's just it's a great idea, and I really enjoy it.
Yes. So thank you all for joining. As for the next stream, we don't have a date yet, but just like we did with this one, we will let you know a couple days in advance. So make sure you are following the both of us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. So you guys know my YouTube, Cobra Kai Kid, right here. Make sure you're subscribed. Instagram, Cobra Kai Kid _official. Twitter, Cobra Kai Kid something. I don't know. Ken, what is your stuff? Where can people find you? How will they know what to watch?
Absolutely. My YouTube channel is Ken Cole, KENCOLE. Go ahead and subscribe there. On social media, my handle is Kenergy Cole on everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go ahead, give a follow, say hi. I do live streams too. We're gonna have to have Drew on a Ken cast soon, and we'll talk about all this stuff. But yeah, keep following us, and we're gonna have lots more fun. We got a long way to go till the real season 6 comes out. So this is going to be an amazingly fun process, and we're happy that you're joining us for this journey.
Yeah, and I know you just did a pretty big interview. Was that yesterday?
We did yesterday on KingCast. We did a live discussion interview with William Christopher Ford, who played Dennis in Karate Kid 3. And really, he kind of gave some really great thoughts, just honest thoughts in general about Karate Kid 3 and Cobra Kai. And of course, he's a renowned martial artist as well. And then last week, we had David Shatraw, who plays Tom Cole. You notice my name's Ken Cole. So, you know, we've had fun. You know, we did a short film called Cobra Cole, which you guys can check out, but just have fun with the Coles. You know, there's Willie Cole in Karate Kid 3. So, but it was such a fun interview. He did such a great job. If you're not following my channel, go over there, check it out. It's a blast. So, so yeah, it's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I haven't been able to check out the William Christopher Ford interview yet, but I do want to check that out because he seems like such a cool dude.
Oh, he's so cool. He is, you know, he plays a villain, Dennis in Karate Kid 3. I'm going to be honest. He reminds me of almost anyone I've met in my life, like Mr. Miyagi. Like if you sit down and talk with him, he has that presence. It's really incredible. And so much wisdom and so much kindness, and really fantastic. It would be amazing to have him as a sensei. And he teaches at the Kaizen Dojo in Torrance right now. So if you're in the area, you might inquire about taking martial arts lessons from him. But study with some amazing masters of martial arts. Just a fantastic guy.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Slick Nugget, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you.
I love that name.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, you go check out Ken's channel, check out my channel. We are going to be doing a bunch of posts in between these streams. But yes, this is a multi-part series. So We already did part 1, so make sure to go check out part 1. This was part 2, and we will be doing part 3 soon in the future. We'll let you guys know a couple days in advance. Make sure to stay subscribed. And part 3, we're going to basically just pick up where we left off and dive into some new characters.
Oh man, it's like a treasure trove. It's a treasure trove of creativity going into this series. It's wonderful.
It's amazing. So once again, thank you all so much for joining. We will see you next time on Cobra Kai Kid. And until then, remember, Cobra Kai
Never dies.
Yes. Bye, guys.